Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. Before we get into what's going on today, let's go ahead and give one of our players an opportunity for a point of inspiration by giving us a recap of what happened last time. Emily, you volunteered. Are you ready?
I am, yes. We were assigned a task from the spider matron that we had a quarrel with her children last time. Velen identifies the potion that we got as a potion of frost strength, which Claudia carries. Tess creates food and water. They are these like hot cross buns with Jimino eyes kind of like scored into them and some strangely colored but fine tasting water. We don't get any bonuses, but we're not eating non-fey food. We go up onto the Silk Road to find this person or this weird creature that's taken over the tree. And Tess and Gideon almost immediately start hearing some far off music, and for Gideon it's like lively, like a party, and for Tess it's sad and mournful and slow. And the two of them say the music sounds different, so we both agree that it's probably a trick. Which Tess fails. She fails a charisma saving throw. I think she rolled a nat one, I think. And
Yes,
she
you
kept
did.
hearing lyrics that were meant to be for Cressida, whose last name I don't remember, but she was a hero.
Westward.
Thank you. She was a hero of the Wanderers that like was part of the Demon King Nagora stuff. And so Chess, being a changeling, changed into Cress and kind of like swaggered along the rope until she fell off of it. Gideon saved her narrowly from falling off of the canopy and dying, and was very like, because he's also been possessed and sort of charmed a whole bunch, was just like very chill about the whole thing, and that helped Tess be very chill about it too. Which is difficult for Tess. Velen started playing a sort of counter charm to help us so that shit doesn't happen again, which was very smart. And Artie finds a mask, presumably left by somebody, and the bark itself appears to be innately magical with like abjuration magic. Velen dances around it and discovers that the mask adds +1 to saving throws but gives disadvantage on persuasion checks. Tana asks if any of us can speak with plants, which would be very useful at the time, and this inspires Claudia to look around to find animals to talk to, and she finds a thumb-sized bird called a whistlecrest, who knows 2.5 songs, and falls in love with it immediately, feeds it granola, takes it with us, and names it Turnip, and acquires very little useful information. Um,
I
we
forgot about
uh,
that.
sm- we smell something very nice, and Velen recognizes these flowers as the lures of a carnivorous plant called a mangler bloom, which Gideon triggers because Frog's dice were actually cursed last session. um, and then we fought the mangler broom, and it was very scary, and lots of bludgeoning damage was dealt, and Tess cast greater invisibility on Claudia for the first time, and the mangler bloom had blind sight, but RIP. But Tess did manage to save Turnip, which was the only thing that Claudia cared about that session.
Hey, that's only partially true.
Frog's dice continued to be cursed, but but Gideon's healing spirit was a bee, and that was very cute. Gideon helped at the end of the fight. Gideon helped Artie rescue a mythic component from the gland sac of the Mangler Bloom, um, which I think was like an acid
What
thing.
a sentence.
It was like an acid gland that we now have sort of preserved and chilling in the back of holding, but Artie knows that it will not last forever and ever. We also then met Gallo, who is this fae that speaks in rhyme, that congratulated us on killing the Mangler Bloom and was pretty impressed with us and was pleased that we didn't take its lightning glands, and traded us safe passage for kind of in his domain, for a green scale, and seemed to be kind of like counting the moons until this border inn appears. He also identified the token that we found kind of near like Gideon's like weird memory place as a mark of the Pale King, who is, quote, a horrible silent fellow that reigns over the Frosted Kingdom, and the landmark to finding that place will be a frozen bell tower over a frozen sea. Like frozen barren sea. The direction that we have to go might be northwest or southeast, depending on the location of the landmark. And he counsels us to seek guidance from the lady that controls the Gungan Grove, that knows that we're here, and says that if we need him, we can say Gallo, and he will show up. He has crystals collecting at his fingertips because he's very powerful. He seems curious about us and why we're on the Spider's Highway, and Gideon gives him kind of like the short version. And then Test asked about his relationship with Twilight because he called her a daughter of Twilight, and in exchange for the bowl of colding, he kind of offers that Twilight is the sort of middle ground and an innate part of some of these Fae. And he does not seem to be a great fan of Arthur Valenwild or Feyhue. Claudia offers the nostalgia doll, but nostalgia is sort of like his way of being, so he doesn't take it. And after a series of false starts, he answers that the culling is not in fact close. He has heard of them, the culling is not close. Claudia does not necessarily know what she traded for that information. Gideon, however, specifically offers a memory of his first kill, and we, out of character, learn that Gideon and his brother used to be bandits, and his first kill, I imagine there were probably animals, but the first kill that he remembered was a traveler on the road that he killed. And in exchange for that information, he kind of asks why the Pale King would want a mortal girl, and we don't really get a straight answer from Gallo from that information. And then the inn appears when the 3 moons are in the sky, and that is where we ended the session.
Okay, yeah. You guys, well done. You're heading down through Gallo's demesne towards what he called the Border Inn. We're going to go ahead and basically pick up right there. Let me go ahead and change the splash. That's the wrong one. Goodness gracious. There we go. So, fresh from the fight with the Strangler Bloom, you guys are weary, you're a little beat up, you've had your heroic recovery, but I believe the battle definitely took its toll on some of you. As you are heading down through the foggy, misty woods, the spiderweb paths narrow even above you, thinning into nothing but mist ahead, and then, without fanfare, the fog parts. Nestled impossibly in the boughs of twisted Gungdan trees is a tavern that should not be there. A handsome 2-story lodge shaped from living wood that curves and pulses with faint magic. Vines wrap the railings like ribbons, and lanterns of amber glass float gently near the eaves. And soft music, though it has no source in sight, twines through the air like smoke. A carved wooden sign swings lazily on one brass hinge above the door. It reads, "The Durian's Delve. Warmth for the weary, wine for the wounded. Rules for all." A pair of stone towers hang beside the door like a strange heraldic crest. And as you step closer, the heavy oaken doors open on their own, and the scent of roasted meat, aged wine, and herbal forest spices greet you like an embrace. Do y'all go in?
Who wants to go first?
What do you think that rules for all means? Like, we
I
get to
wonder.
all rule, or is there rules for us all, or do we have to know these rules?
I'll go in.
Should ask.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait for me. It smells good in there.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll follow.
Remember not to eat the food.
It
Okay.
smells so yummy.
Here's what you see as you enter the Durian's Delve. Inside is warmth and glow, burnished wood, velvet cushions, flickering hearths tucked between carved columns. At the center, descending a staircase as though she planned your arrival, is a woman of commanding presence. This is what she looks like. Her black hair tumbles like onyx waves, her dusky skin kissed with autumn gold. Her dress is deep crimson and forest green, woven with leaf motifs and cut to flatter without ever seeming desperate. And her smile is devastating. Oh, finally, the ones Gallo wouldn't shut up about. You all must be exhausted.
Told you
Welcome.
good things about us.
Oh, so many. Welcome, darlings, to the Durian's Delve. If you're wounded, we've warmth. If you're hunted, we've silence. And if you're lonely, well, you've options. Now,
What are the rules?
let's lay them out,
Oh.
shall we?
Yeah.
No violence, no theft, no fey trickery. I know it when I see it. And for the love of the trees, no uninvited transformations indoors. My pillows are expensive.
No,
She-
so
Hmm?
is your food safe to eat?
Ah, you are concerned about a fey bargain going awry. Have no fear, for this lodge, the Durian's Delve, is not native to the Feywild. It's not native to the prime material either. My little establishment is called a border inn, as in it borders every realm all at the same time. My food, wine, and drink are perfectly safe. You have my word.
Inside check.
I trust her.
Go ahead and roll an insight check, Claudia.
Dirty 20. Oh, I didn't catch my thing. It's a dirty 20 though.
Okay.
Seems
She seems honest. She seems to mean what she's saying.
Jess, can I eat the food?
I mean,
about this.
I just
Yes, if you don't eat it, you can look out for us if something wrong happens when we eat it, because I'm eating that shit.
She's our designated sober person.
Eater.
Tess is like rubbing her temples.
that just means we can save it, the stuff you made, for longer because we're not
As-
gonna eat
No.
it tonight.
It only lasts for 24 hours.
As you're considering, Dawn snaps her fingers, and a tray glides through the air, landing beside a plush booth with glasses of plum-colored wine and a pitcher of glittering water. And she says, "The first round's on the house. Companionship is optional, but payment must always be exact. Settle in. You've all found the last honest place in the Feywild."
I don't know what any of that means, but that looks delicious. So I start running.
What
over
is
to the
it? What is
table.
the food?
So all that's been served right now is a pitcher of water and wine with glasses.
Ah, okay.
You eat the wine, okay. It's very, very. If you drink the wine, it is incredibly fruity.
Drink the wine.
Okay. It's potent. Seems like it's got a lot of alcohol in it, but it doesn't. It's not harsh going down, and it is delicious. Roll me a D10, Artie.
Yes. That's okay. Lucky number 7.
7. With every sip of the wine, as the aftertaste goes down your tongue, Artie, your peripheral vision is filled with bubbles and butterflies. No matter
my
where
God.
you turn, they're always just on the edge of your vision.
Oh shit! This place is magical. You know who would like this place? Ryan would like this place, and I miss Ryan.
Tess, Tess is rubbing her temples harder.
It's magic.
Yeah.
I drink some.
Roll a D10.
Nine.
Every time you take a sip, the memory... Fuck. The memory of every time...
The orange cat.
Excuse me. Every time you take a
Time.
sip, you vividly remember. You're not even sure if this is your memory, but you vividly, firmly remember the most delicious piece of cake you'd ever eaten.
Wow. Yummy.
It's
It's
as
a
if it just
dessert
happened.
wine, guys.
For those of you who are stressed or require perhaps a little bit of working out for those muscles that are aching after such a brutal and violent fight, one of our companions, Mr. Torek the Bear, will be happy to absolutely wring you of any of that stress. And she
Excuse me?
gestures, and near the bar, behind the bar counter, is this, it looks like a human man, but is just an enormous guy who just smiles with an
Yeah, I'll take a ride with the
very
bear.
friendly, like when you see that, he says, "I hope to be of service."
All right, big guy, let's go.
Right away, before meal. Let me take you to my office.
Excellent.
Okay, Velen, you're off to...
I'm never gonna see her again.
Oh my stars.
That fella's off to die, I guess.
She just went
She's
into
gonna
bubbles
take
and
on a
butterflies.
bear.
You know, like you
Went
do.
off into bubbles and butterflies forever.
Tess,
Man, you
Tess, like,
teleported over
takes,
here, Heim.
Tess takes like 3 steps in the direction. Is like, okay, okay,
Scattered to the four winds.
okay, okay, oh, all right. I guess that
I'm
this
gonna
is
drink
what's
some
happening.
water.
You seem as though you have an awful lot on your mind. I have
Yeah,
a very gentle soul who can help you talk through all of those, if you don't mind.
They have therapists on hand.
She needs that, yeah. For sure.
hey,
What? Go into the bubbles and the butterflies.
They have a way of making you forget all your troubles, if you're willing to spend the time.
You know what that means.
It means
don't.
exactly what you need it to mean. Valoran! And stepping out from behind the counter is the most ambiguous person you've ever seen.
Ooh. They look nice.
Oh my god, from a different campaign.
What?
The Veslin, the ink something.
Valren the Inkheart.
Yeah. From a Monday.
No, that's not the name of your patron.
It was
Don't
like
worry.
Veslin the ink something.
I liked their
lady
hair,
or
though.
something. Yeah.
It's good hair.
It is good hair.
It's an ombre.
Tess,
Mm-hmm.
Tess
Very good.
Tess kind of against her will does actually relax a little because ambiguous people make her feel more at ease.
Sure. For those of you who require so much more base comfort, Sisa is always willing to entertain those who require companionship. And don't let looks deceive you. She can take any form or size you require. And on there's
We
a
have one of
wave.
those.
There's like a wave from on top of the bar, and you see there is literally like a pixie who is
Oh my
just
god.
smiling wide.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
And
just gonna
the
take a
last
seat and have
offer.
some water.
Oh,
That's probably a
sure.
good idea.
Help yourself. And lastly, as far as companionship goes, the sisters. Though they might more likely burn all your coin in a game of poker than just in physical entertainment.
What is their names?
they're hidden behind Velrin.
The Moss twins, Elia and Arya.
Interesting.
Although Torek the Bear is currently giving Velen a massage, so is not there at the moment.
Oh, so smart.
Good to know.
Like my neck has been hurting for like 3 days, IRL. I want a bear to
Yeah.
step on it.
Right? I was trying to get a cat to walk on my back, but it doesn't really work.
I think I'll start with food.
Of course, would you like the special?
Yes.
You will enjoy it, I'm sure. And as you are gestured towards the booth that the drinks were set down at, it doesn't take long. But as there are other tavern goers, by the way. They're all exotic as far as races go. You see, there's a lot of Genasi. You see, there's at least 3 other tieflings. There is what looks like a well, a snake man. Except more snake-like than any other Yuan-Ti you've ever seen. It looks more like a snake that just kind of got up on legs.
Man,
Put on a hat. I was like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
Basically.
Man snake.
Am I the only human in this room?
It seems like you and Torek are the only humans in this tavern. But as you
Yeah,
guys...
he's the special.
Yeah. The mundane is the special. You are brought out a vast platter that is the Durian Delve special, which is mostly fruit, it looks like. But the fruit is...
Durian?
No.
Oh, thank God.
There are no durians.
No Durians and Durian stealth.
You actually... So, like, looking around the decor and stuff like this, there's no durians anywhere. You don't
what's a
understand.
durian?
That's good because those are stinky.
It's a fruit.
Maybe
It smells bad.
somebody's name or something.
You can roll a history check at disadvantage. Anybody who's proficient in history.
Oh,
Aw,
sure not.
gonna
Do we
try.
look like smart people?
I'm uneducated.
You look like people with dice
I
that
mean, I
might get
guess-
lucky.
I could roll it. I mean, I'm busy getting a massage,
You
but
are
I'm
busy. Are you curious
I got-
about
I
why
got
this
an
is Durian
18
style?
disadvantage.
Damn.
You're 32 at
No,
disadvantage.
18. It's
Oh,
adding
18.
them for some
I see, I
reason
see, I
when
see.
I do.
20 for Velen.
Why does Val... Okay. Artie, you don't know. That doesn't make... Like, there's no connection there. You're like, fruit.
Yeah. Stupid.
Velen, you think back to the heraldry of the two towers on the front of the tavern, and you think of not durian like the fruit, but Durian, someone from a town called Duri, which is a lost city. You remember reading stories about it.
Interesting.
What's that? What's interesting?
Oh, I was just thinking about where the name might have come from, since it doesn't seem to have anything to do with fruit.
Oh, I don't know. I just work here. Wasn't in the pamphlet.
There was a pamphlet?
Of course there was. You think they would hire me without a brochure?
There's a fucking employee manual.
Like some videos.
Oh my god.
Traveling
Let's go
bard.
back.
Haven't been employed that many places, so I'm not that familiar.
Well, it's a traveling tavern, so it works out pretty well.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
It seems to appear wherever it's most needed. I don't know. I just look out the
Handy.
window and it looks different out there all the time.
So are you here all the time?
It stretches. You note that is an incredibly vague answer, and he does not.
It is
give
an
any
incredibly vague
specifics.
answer, and Velen interprets that to mean this gentleman does not want to talk about where he's from, and so she leaves it alone.
Okay. The Durian Delves special is, as I've described, an enormous platter of assorted fruit, except almost all of them are roasted or barbecued in some way.
Yum.
It is, almost every fruit is like caramelized, and it smells so potently fruity and fresh as it's set on the table in front of you. There are, it looks like, some meats that are also roasted on the table, but there's hardly any, like, there's no starches anywhere. You don't see any potato or bread or anything. It's fruit and meat. Good luck.
Oh my god.
If you eat it, it tastes amazing. You also do gain
I'm
some
like, I want some
benefits.
grilled
So
pineapple.
I need to know who is eating the Durian special.
I
Don't eat
definitely
your
want to
weight
eat
in
some
it.
grilled pineapple.
Jesus Christ. One at a time, please.
Me.
Okay. Artie, are you eating?
Sure. Yeah.
Gideon? Gideon?
Oh, you muted?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
muted.
Yeah.
Tess, are you eating it or are you remaining careful?
I think Tess is gonna. Unfortunately, I think Tess is gonna remain careful, even though
The only one keeping her wits about her right now.
somebody needs to be the designated driver. You guys.
I mean, it's, she did give us her word that the food wasn't gonna fuck with us, so
She did, and Tess.
Plus,
is-
she's really pretty.
Tess is very cautious.
Very, very pretty.
I don't know that means that you should
Or-
eat food anywhere just because someone there is pretty, but okay.
It's too late. I'm sold.
Yes, it does.
Everyone who eats the Durian Delve special can increase their maximum hit points by 10.
Yo,
Nice.
very cool.
And you cannot be surprised for the next 24 hours.
Oh.
So go ahead and take account of that.
I did.
As you guys are eating and talking or sharing your caution amongst the table, you do see that the hostess Dawn is like going from table to table and like talking to individuals, sometimes sitting down and like playing, like joining their card game for a round or two and then leaving. And finally, she does eventually get to your table. And as she sits down, I'm sorry, is this seat taken?
No?
By you, yeah. Come on over.
Perfect. So, as a traveling hostess and tavern keeper, I try to collect all the stories I can. And I've heard a few things from Sir Gallo about your group. Mostly about your prowess in combat. And how you found yourself here in a dire situation. A lost loved one.
Gideon frowns.
I cannot offer any aid as I don't have any helpful information, but I can offer condolences and well wishes.
Well, thank you.
Realize that is a small token in times of trials, but perhaps a night of distraction might assist in refreshing you for the next day.
What kind of stories do you like to hear?
Oh. The most interesting ones are the true ones. Things that have happened. Things that you wish hadn't. Or things that you are so proud of that they drip from your lips like a fine nectar.
Oh,
I got a good one.
I'd love to
are you
hear.
gonna talk about Katja?
No, but that was around the same time. We killed the beholder and saved
We
the whole
did.
town.
Did you?
Sort of.
Killing
I
a
think we also
beholder
went-
is-
100%. I killed the beholder.
I feel like we ended a whole town.
Well, yeah, I guess that part's kind of in the air.
These things happen.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not unfamiliar.
Have you also
like-
blown up a town?
Oh, no.
So we didn't really blow up a town, but it was kind of wiped from reality.
There was a timeline where it blew up, though.
Well, I did blow up a town. God damn it.
No, because
That-
then
but
we
that-
wiped it
I
out.
got wiped.
So
Yeah, it got wiped from reality, so it didn't really happen,
A
right?
clean
I-
slate.
we
It
gotta pick
didn't
one.
exist in the first place. Technically, the town didn't exist. I think.
Yep. Can't blow up a town that doesn't exist.
I think Velen understands it better than I do.
But she's getting a massage.
You can, okay,
Also-
so the time as progressing, Velen, you don't have to be getting a massage the whole time that this is happening.
She's like, maybe I want to.
I mean, the massage can go on as long as you want it to, basically.
Okay, well, she'll have a reasonably lengthed massage, and she'll tip the guy, and then go back to the room.
Okay.
The yummy tea.
Okay, so the cost of the massage is like 10 gold pieces.
Was it a good one though?
I'll roll performance for Torek the Bear.
I'm happy for you that it actually cost gold. And not something else.
28 was his performance. So
Yeah,
Woo!
so that sounds like it. Yeah. So
when you
she'll,
stand up, you almost like slump to the ground because all of your
Oh.
muscles are loosened.
huddle.
Velen like ooches back into the room like an inchworm.
Yeah. She'll tip him another 3.
It's been a pleasure.
That it has. Velen
Drink water.
wanders. Yeah. Yeah. Velen wanders back into the bar like And she's going for the water.
There is, as soon as Velen like emerges from Torik's office, this smell of lavender just like washes out over the entire tavern, as the amount of oils and candles that were burning have apparently left their aroma just filling the tavern for a moment. And you all see Torik the bear return to the bar, like all smiles and seeming ready for the next customer. So, Velen, you return
give
and you
you an
see
adjustment?
there is food.
It was pretty good. Do you recommend?
Hey, Dom,
Yes.
what's your favorite story that you've heard?
My favorite story that I've heard. Let me think about that one. Let me go ahead and pull up. I didn't actually expect you to ask me that question, so.
You do not have to answer that. I just kind of threw it out there.
Gideon interrupts with, have you heard any stories about the Pale King who rules over the Barren Sea?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Pale King.
Hmm.
I've heard the name. I've heard rumors. I've not heard of anyone who ventured to visit that domain. The sort of individual that everyone seems to avoid like a pox. Is this the individual that has taken claim over your lost one?
That's what it looks like.
Well, a moment. Sorry. I have a lot of docs to pull up here.
Yeah, sorry
Okay,
for
you don't have-
bringing the
You
mood
don't
down.
have to do the story.
Oh, I already have your story. That's fine.
Yeah, we gotta do it though.
Of
Yep.
course you do. Kin is kin.
Mhm.
I can speak to the rumors I've heard. He takes the name, though no one is sure if he actually holds a court or if it's just a title. Rumors I've heard is that his court never claps. They say that he holds court in silence. No applause, no cheers or gasps, just stillness, and courtiers wear smiles carved from pearl. Their laughter is rehearsed in advance. Anyone who breaks that quiet too loudly vanishes, and that he has no shadow, but he keeps one leashed. Travelers might claim by rumor that he walks in places where light cannot touch, but a thin, ragged shadow follows him anyway. It's
Is anyone
not...
else having?
Hmm?
I was gonna say, is anyone else having a similar thought?
Hmm.
Now,
No.
I'm like 9, and they're probably not the same as yours.
That why
Oh.
must shadow be chained? Is that the thought?
Or why it's ragged?
Yeah, I have a similar thought.
Well, the rumor is that it's not his shadow, but someone else's, and that it always is trying to flee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, if
The
these
more
rumors are
tales
connecting
we
something for
hear-
you...
More
Yeah, I'm
tales we
not
hear
picking
of
up
this
a
Pale
tree.
King, the more I just want to blow up his court.
I can get to work on something for that.
Another explosive, Artie.
Yeah.
What I do know, don't ever try to bargain with him. He doesn't want anything except what you did not mean to offer him.
So what, fight him?
I wouldn't if I could avoid it. However, I don't know the truth of the matter. I've never been to their domain. My tavern only visits the ley lines that are hospitable to it.
Oh, I thought maybe we could offer a trade, but
I am not going to the Pale King's domain. I'm sorry.
oh, not you. I'm sorry, my bad. I meant
A trade with the king for
yeah.
what he took, but he would probably only want something equally as horrible to take from us.
Well, that would be fine, but not if he doesn't accept offers. Huh?
It seems that he, based on that knowledge, it seems like he does accept offers. It just wouldn't be a good deal for us.
What is something you most want not to part with?
Family?
Friends?
Then that is, of course, what you would want.
Thought we were family.
I mean, yeah, but we have friends in Endsmeet too.
Oh. Yeah, I guess Tana's a friend.
Could we pretend that something dumb meant something to us, and then, oh no, please don't take Nibbler, the Edie
I-
bag.
Don't think we're going to be able to execute that kind of trickery. A
Oh.
fae of that magnitude.
I could.
Well, it said. I mean, we've also.
I would
heard-
rather we just be as loud and obnoxious as possible and shatter his court with the boom of thunder.
Yeah.
And
the Lord
bagpipes.
of Lightning.
I mean, we heard before that
Bagpipes are to
what he
ready.
wants is to drain somebody of their memories, right? Experiences, and take them as his own.
Mm-hmm.
Probably that's why he chains shadows to himself. I thought, I've got a lot more experience than she does.
A
I
fawn,
can make a trade.
a fawn once told me, while drunken and weeping, that he trades in the first promises children ever make. I'll never leave you. I'll never always come back. I'll be brave. He hoards them like relics and ensures that they're broken. I don't know if that's helpful, but these are the sorts of rumors that are spread about this individual.
Wait, so he encouraged a child to make a promise when she was little and then held her to it.
He ensures the promises are broken. Or at least that's what the rumor said. I'm not reading any more into it than you should.
Words have power, and oaths have power, and bindings have power in the Fae. So, if a child makes a promise, the first promise a child has ever made, there would be power from its shattering, particularly if it was not a promise the child wanted to break.
Hmm.
Yeah, like being kept away from your sister. Well, I don't know. More info is better than none, but
Gideon, forgive me, but
Honest-
it sounds like you're preparing to sacrifice yourself for your niece. Am I accurate about that?
Gideon looks at Tess like that, like kind of confused. He's like, "Oh yeah, obviously. What? I've had a long life, and if this is someone too powerful for us to defeat, well, I'm not gonna let all of you throw your lives away for it. If he'd accept it, absolutely."
Let's try to beat him first.
We got this. We faced some pretty powerful adversaries so far. What's like an archfey, you know?
I
Yeah, I wasn't actually even there for the beholder, so.
Oh yeah, we did
It's
great.
not like you were there in spirit, though.
Oh,
Yeah. I made love to a giant orc muscle mommy.
nice. Congratulations.
Yeah.
She doesn't like me.
Now she
Why not?
doesn't.
I don't really know.
Oh, we all
You
know.
do know.
Insight. Does Claudia know?
Claudia.
Roll.
Claudia's doing that thing where dogs like look away when they're guilty of something. Like if I'm not looking at you, like her face is like toward the corner of the wall.
I rolled a 13.
You
I'm
abandoned her when
distracted.
she needed you. Almost got her killed.
Oh, you did
I
what?
was really concerned about everyone, and I thought she could handle a couple cultists.
By herself.
She looked really tough.
He was really tough.
You did call
And
her
then-
muscle mommy.
Memories.
And then when I got in the room, the beholder locked the door behind me. I didn't
Yep.
think that was going to happen.
hmm She'll never forgive you.
anyway, obviously, I'm not going to stop Gideon from trying to prioritize her over him, but I agree with Claudia that should be our contingency plan, not plan A.
All right. I mean, it would be a lot more personally fulfilling for me to kill him. I'm pretty angry.
That sounds like a good plan A to me.
Oh,
Well, if you are so interested in an act of violence against an archfey, you are going to require as much relaxation and refreshment beforehand as we can provide here at the Durian
Just
Delves.
upselling.
What?
I said you're upselling.
I'm just selling. By all means,
Oh.
stay and rest and eat. You
Did
will
you
need
say
to
that you
gather your
had like
strength.
a person here who like listens to you?
Oh, yes. Do you have
Can
a
I-
weight on your soul you need to...
Oh yeah, does
Release.
she?
I do. I really do. Do
Like,
they have to
literally.
listen?
They don't have to. Perhaps you should speak with them for yourself.
Okay.
And Dawn, like, smiles at you and stands up. And you see she goes over to this blue-haired individual behind the bar counter and, like, says something quietly. And
That one's fucked up.
they walk up to the booth, and this blue-haired, you can't tell if they are male or female, but they, like, turn into the booth and they say, "Did someone say they need someone to talk to?
Yes.
Why don't we go have a chat someplace quiet?"
Okay.
No
No names.
They hold their hand out to you to get out of the booth.
She'll go.
Okay.
She finishes like another glass of wine first.
Would you like another?
Yes.
And this individual, like, picks up a bottle from the bar and, like, leads you to another room that's not the same as the massage parlor that Torek smashed the hell out of Ellen's back in. But you are brought into, like, a small room that's comfortable where you can talk to this individual. So Claudia is not at the table anymore. Claudia, if you want to, you can just whisper me what Claudia wants to vent about.
I'll say it right here. She unloads. This dude gets her whole life story. She's like weeping through all of it.
Okay.
She's like, I don't know you. I just need to tell someone how I'm feeling. A lot of it is dwelling on the state of her soul and all of the people that she has to condemn for her soul pantry. It's great. She's like, I've never really gotten over my brother's death.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on.
If they let her, she like hugs them profusely the
Yeah.
entire time. It's good.
They're
It's
there
very
for your comfort.
It's very
yeah.
cathartic for Claudia.
Sure.
That's what she does for like the bulk of the evening.
Okay. So Claudia's gone for like 2 hours. I'm sure,
Post
like, you
massage
can...
Velen is like melted on the table, like head like on her arm, and just like vaguely watching, like zoning in and out.
Sure.
Hey, Don, do you have anybody that could help me tinker? I gotta make some stuff. Could always use a mind or a pair of hands to bounce some ideas off of.
Oh, of course we do. By what nature?
So I got this mangler acid sack, and it's in really pristine condition, and I want to turn it into something that could probably help us out with it. Maybe I just like a little bit of company, you know, or just a space where I can work on this. Maybe somebody's good with their hands.
I bet those twins are good with their hands.
Dawn, like, nods as to what you're saying, and then turns. Elia, Arya, is your laboratory still ready?
Got a
Artie's
lab.
eyes perks up. You have a lab?
These
Mouth the
two
gate.
dryads, they are clearly dryads, like, turn, and one of them is clearly, like, quiet and reserved, but the other one boisterously says, "Oh, of course it is." Dawn says,
Do you ladies want to help me?
"Why don't you take this little fellow down and show him what equipment you have ready?" And
I'll make it worth your while.
Dawn says, "I'm sure you will," as the twins are approaching. And the loud and boisterous one, who, like, is all smiles, like, holds out a hand and says, "Hey, I'm Arya.
Hey, I'm Artie.
This is
Our
my
names
sister,
are
Elle."
actually. I like it. Hey, Al. Al, why you look sad? Everything okay?
Oh,
Elia, like, just, like, nods her head. And she says, "Fine."
Okay. Okay, cool. Let's get this shit going. I got a good idea.
Ready before you disappear into the lab, Tess taps your shoulder. Got your back.
Oh, nice guidance. Let's go. Okay, I got this.
Elia and Arya lead you, like, on the other side of the building, opposite the bar counter, where the stairs are, like, descending. It's clear there is, like, a door to stairs that go down below those stairs. And they open that door, and it's immediately clear to you that down the stairs is incredibly well lit. And you are brought down there, and it looks like below the tavern is... You can't tell if it's like, if the tavern is built out of it or built on top of it. There's an enormous oak tree in the basement of this tavern, and around it is a druidic laboratory. There are workbenches and tables and supplies and woodcarver's tools and jeweler's tools and leatherworkers, and they're all over the place, and it's a mess. It is clear that these two work down here constantly.
I'm in love.
The more confident
Ladies
one,
are amazing.
the more confident one, Arya says, "Easy, Tiger. Just here for a good time, not a long time. What are you working on?"
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I got this mangler sack, right? And I was thinking that, like, a lot of the times I make stuff into armor, but lately I kind of lost a lot of my artificer abilities, and I'm like a full-fledged wizard now. So I was kind of trying to stay with that vibe. So I was thinking, and I might not have all the materials, but I could pay you if you have some. I kind of want to turn this into like a big spell that I can maybe store in a ring or a staff or something like that.
What kind of spell?
So to stay on theme with the acid and kind of work into its play, like almost kind of like an acid bomb. I sent you the spell. I don't know how to say that.
A moment. Vitriolic sphere.
The vitriolic spear. Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like an acid bomb that kind of lingers for a little bit, big explosion. But I want it to be reusable. So I don't know. I have Banacite, I have the Mangler sack. I think I can work it into it, but
Sounds to
gotta
me
break
like what you're trying to make is a wand.
do I have any wands on?
should go outside and get a stick.
Yeah, Yeah, I probably need a stick. You guys got any cool sticks?
You asked the dryads.
Just break off a horn.
He asked that non-ironically. He's legitimately curious if they have a cool stick they could use.
I have some snakewood I'll sell you.
Sure, yeah. If you think that'll be best for it. This is not in my. I usually work with a lot of metals and stuff, and leathers.
You come to the right place. And then Elia says, snakewood would be good for a wand. It's the sort of wood that holds evocation magic particularly well, as it doesn't break or bend when the magic forces its way out through it. No vibration.
I'm gonna give you ladies a gift. Here, give me 1 second. Go in my bag.
I've heard that before.
And no, stop it, not yet. And I pull out one of
yet.
the big green dragon scales. You ever
Ooh.
seen one of these bad boys? You can make some cool shit with it.
Elia nods and says, I've seen those a few times.
Yeah. Do you want
Hell
one?
yeah.
They've seen bigger though.
It's a pretty big spell. It's a pretty big scale.
Arya says, well, it's just a gift. Sure, we'll take it. We'll find a use for it.
Yeah, just like the snakewood. It's a gift, right? I
No.
was gonna barter, but if we want to call each a gift,
Well, look at where you are.
I look around. It's a great place.
This is our grove.
Ow. I don't know what that really means, but
Do you know? And then, they both basically say at the same time, do you know how dryads work?
nope.
Then they both say at the same time, don't worry about it.
Okay, here's the scale. I'll give you money if you want.
For the snakewood, we're going to need a little money.
Okay. Well, here's the scale anyways. 'cause I
Thank
like
you. They take the green dragon scale, and they seem happy about it.
Nice.
But in order to get enough snakewood to make a wand out of, they need 50 gold pieces.
Okay. You think I can make a peg leg into a... Nah, that's too big. Okay, here's 50 gold.
There's a wand
5 platinum.
Just flops
Just a
around.
peg leg.
on the hinge for the knee.
I give them 5 platinum. Here you go.
They take the platinum. They provide you with a fresh branch of greenwood snakewood. You don't know where they were keeping it. It just seems to appear.
Smell it.
It's like fresh off of a snakewood tree.
It smells fresh.
The more confident one, Arya, says, have you ever done a lot of work with a lot of wood?
Yeah, I've definitely done woodworking before. Let me get out my woodworking tools. Bear with me a second. I have every tool.
Have you ever made a wand before?
Now,
What have you made?
with wood?
Half a Claudia.
Yeah, I mean, I've made some fine ornate peg legs for like a prosthetic. I've turned a peg leg into a prosthetic. I've made quite a few just contraptions and like toys and dolls and stuff and things of that nature. My expertise really is metal and leathers.
Imbuing a spell into something is not the same as just making something magical. You know that, right?
Not at all. I kind
Okay.
of just go with the flow.
Well, you said you're a wizard.
Full-fledged.
That's good. It's a lot easier if you can write the spell yourself.
I would have to make a spell. I don't have a spell like that yet.
You have to make the
I
spell.
have a spell that's like it, but a different property. And I can only do lightning.
They both blink.
Put my fingers together and yeah, I'm the kind of wizard I just do lightning.
So
Starting to find
mechanically,
out that that's not normal.
to inscribe a spell on an item like a wand or a staff, You don't have to be able to cast the spell, but you do have to be able to understand the spell well enough to write it. It's a complex arcana check, basically. It's a few of them, based on the level of the spell. Now, if you're trying to create a wand of vitriolic sphere, which is what it looks like you're trying to do, so says Clippy. It's basically going to be a skill challenge to try and inscribe the spell, and then also create a reservoir in the wand to cast the spell repeated times. The reservoir is something that Artie absolutely has experience doing. That's just a magical item thing that has to happen. But the inscribing of the spell on the wand is a wizardly thing to do. So why don't you think about the mechanics of what that looks like, what it looks like for Artie to inscribe this wand, and we're going to see what everybody else is doing.
Upstairs, I am pouring a glass of wine for the actual learned and experienced wizard.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
How does Tana feel about Gideon's sense of sacrifice?
I mean,
my question.
she's smart.
Tana is, as far as dwarves go, Tana's not young. She's a full adult. She's like 120.
Yeah.
So when Gideon is talking about like giving his own life to save this child, Tana's not surprised. It's a grim truth that she is accepting, and it's probably one of the reasons that she's here.
Hmm. Gideon knows that she would figure out that would be the plan.
As you pour Tana a glass of wine,
Hmm?
I do hope it doesn't come to that.
Oh, me too.
Perhaps we should consider a backup plan.
I'm all ears. We got Velen wants to shatter a court.
That might not be as easy as Velen would like it to
Oh,
be.
assuredly not, but
Perhaps if we can get a gauge of how relations are here between these districts, realms, courts, perhaps we might be able to secure some aid in dealing with this Pale King. Because it doesn't sound like he's making any friends.
no,
I noticed.
nobody's seemed too fond of him. So we just have to be diplomatic. We're really good at that.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
I know you were being sarcastic, but I needed to
I know.
really put the nail in that.
Yeah,
It's really gone
no, I-
poorly.
I love that about you. It's,
Just trying to keep things realistic.
no, I was being serious. It's nice.
Perhaps, as Gallo said, we should try and have a conversation with the lady who controls this grove.
Yeah, the one we agreed to. Honestly, fuck those spiders. So getting very quietly.
No, those aren't the same ones.
There's a different one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one we are
That was
going to
smaller.
hunt is Sylvandra or something like that. And the one that
Right.
actually matters is Kaelwith?
Yeah, that was it. Kaelwith. I have a little notepad somewhere.
I could see the post-it notes falling out of your pocket.
You think after all these years I'd have a system that works, but I don't.
One would think.
Hardy doesn't either.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we can perform some service for this master of the grove, she might be
Yeah.
willing to work with us towards this foe.
Yeah.
hoping that they have similarly poor relations with him. All of this, of course, in the effort to not have you condemn yourself to a lifetime as someone's ragged shadow.
I mean, look, it's not my #1 retirement plan by any means, but
No, it should be your last course of action, I think.
it will be. I promise.
And you'd better keep that one.
Yes, ma'am. How's this wine, though? Claudia? Oh, wait, no, she took off.
She's crying.
She's crying. You can hear her through that door.
Oh my god.
I was trying to be polite about it.
Something about tallow, a lot.
Well, yeah. Hey, maybe we could get rid of him here.
Maybe. Do you know how?
Oh. I'll keep an eye out for any handy-looking pits I see.
How does
Oh,
one
fudge, it's
show
vile.
a warlock patron into a pit?
Well, I mean, we could throw that amulet into the pit. Does that work? I don't know about warlocks.
Well, when one signs a contract with an entity that becomes a warlock patron, they are intertwined by the soul. So I imagine if you threw the amulet in the pit, she would hear an awful lot of complaining until she went and got it back.
Oh, well.
I don't mean to put a damper on the brilliant ideas, of course. I apologize. Trying to be a negative normal. What is the phrase?
Nancy? Did
That's
I have
it.
Nancy?
Negative Nancy, yes.
That's not a common dwarven name, I take it.
No. It's much too frilly.
Huh. Bellin, are you asleep in your chair?
My muscles have been turned into pudding, so kinda, but I'm not actually asleep. I'm all on board with trying to find allies. I mean, end goal, blow up the court, but we don't have to be an idiot about it.
We're going to be.
Don't get me wrong, I want to blow this guy up, but
Hmm?
like it doesn't need to be me necessarily.
It's just sort of an instinctive response. Guy likes it really quiet, therefore I need to go very loud.
Good lord.
It seems like we could be allies with the spider person too, since we're also doing her a favor.
Yeah.
It's not a bad point. And the thing about spiders is there's an awful lot of them.
Everywhere
Yep.
you go. Even in the
Especially
cold.
these phase ones, they can just kind of be there.
It seems to me also that this grove is very much about like life and growth and stuff, and that seems pretty antithetical to a barren wasteland. So it's possible that they're natural enemies to begin with.
Well, they
Even
all like
though-
featureless masks, so
Even though the life in this grove is almost vitriolic in its potency.
But I wonder how much of that is the corrupted tree, though.
None.
Right.
This is just a bog. I don't sense any necrosis or necromantic energy. I don't see anything evocative or even evocation magic in the growth. I don't believe this is a source of corruption. I think this is just fey bullshit.
How it is, yeah.
But what about
They make
Ellen
whiskey
said?
in bogs.
Yeah,
I
didn't you say
say?
that the wisps were? Didn't you say that the wisps were aggressive?
The wisps that we ran into were unusually aggressive compared to the ones that I knew around Feyhop, but I don't know whether.
Yeah, but that's like the difference between dogs in the wild and dogs in a city.
It
I mean, the
actually
ones
kind
I
of.
knew around the Feylock weren't in the city, but yeah.
I have the will-o-wisps are spirits. They are undead. They are creatures' souls that are adrift. The fact that there were docile ones kind of blows my mind.
Speaking of,
Don't blow my mind.
do we
No.
think that the Grove is trying to like target you somehow, Gideon? Because
What?
you did see that weird illusion thing that none of us could see.
No, I think that's just what the Feywild does. Fey magic picks up on your emotions and
But why is it targeting you? As she looks pointedly at the door from whence they can hear Claudia crying. It's not like you're the only one here with emotions.
Perhaps he is the one
He is the
here.
only one. Sorry,
No, by all means.
I was just gonna say that he's the one here. Like the trauma has come directly for Gideon right in his heart. Like none of the rest of us are. I mean, I'm not saying I don't care about his niece, but that's his pain.
It is
Yeah,
a
she's-
specific trauma mirrored here in the Feywild.
oh, you guys smell that meat? I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna be right back. Gideon gets up and walks away to the bar.
That's fair.
Please stop talking
can't
about my trauma and pain.
I can't actually smell anything right now besides lavender oil, but I bet that meat was delicious. She puts her head
There is
down
no
again.
meat. It's all fruit.
No,
There's
there's
meat.
fruit and meat.
There was some
Meat-
meat.
Oh.
fruit and-
There's meat?
Yes.
Oh.
You were just distracted by all the pineapple.
And crying.
But I bet there's also hard liquor at this bar.
When you arrive at the bar, Dawn says, "Can I get you anything else, handsome?"
I was looking for something a little stronger than that wine.
Something to enjoy the night or forget it?
Well, I need to keep a speck of my wits about me.
Wise. She doesn't answer anything more, but she pulls a large, like, square bottle with a round head on the bar counter in front of you. The liquid inside is, it's like goldish red.
Mhm.
She says, 10 gold for the bottle.
All right, no problem. I slip her 11 gold
Cheers.
to you. And then I'm gonna take a drink right there.
Okay. You take a drink of this cherry apple brandy.
Oh man, that sounds good.
Apple.
Roll me a
Right?
con
I want-
save.
Cherry
Okay.
apple shit.
Yeah, I'll bring it to the table. Hang on, I'm just taking.
Oh, I meant in real life.
16.
You've had spirits, Gideon. This is powerful.
Ooh.
But it also tastes familiar. It doesn't taste fey. And the geometry of the bottle makes you think it's dwarven. But it goes down with a lot of heat, and it immediately like feels like just electric tingles running through every nerve, and then there's just like a wave of calm that runs up your spine.
That's the stuff. Okay. And, not to cut anybody off at the table or anything, but I will take it back over there when I'm done. Set it in front of Tana. You should try this.
She looks at it.
A little bit.
Stoutville brandy.
That is. It's good.
That's what it is. I'd know that bottle anyway.
Oh, yeah?
It's top shelf. I'll
Wow.
take a finger.
Please. I don't need this whole bottle. Everybody can have some.
You would hurt yourself if you drank the whole bottle.
I was gonna just hydrate, but that looks amazing. So
Yeah. Let's all have a little drink, a little shot. Tess, I know you've been. Ton recognizes it. Tastes good.
Yeah, okay. You had me at alcohol.
You had me at my coping mechanism.
All right. Gideon will pour a little bit into everybody's empty cup. All right. Well, I guess I don't know. Feels like there should be. Oh, Artie, you gonna have... Oh wait, Artie's downstairs. Claudia's crying. Okay. Just making sure I know who's here.
Which, as you guys are having this drink, the pixie floats on by, and she looks at you all at the table, and she holds up like a little deck of cards, and she just says, "Cards, anyone? Want to play some cards?"
Aw, teeny tiny boys.
Sure.
She seems like her face just glows in excitement when you say sure. And she just like floats over to your side of the table. Anybody else can join? No problem.
Oh no.
And she
all right.
Okay, she deals you in.
How
Doesn't
much
seem-
of my money you're going to take?
Oh, we don't have to play for money. That's fine.
Oh, that's nice. Wait, let me pay for my.
What do we
alcohol.
play for then?
Fun. Unless you want to
Okay.
make things interesting.
Without money.
Favors.
Well, the only way to make
Favors.
definitely not favors. That's very dangerous.
Sure is. She looks a little
What?
disappointed, but like with a wink in her eye as she.
We could play for nudity.
That's what I meant. Okay.
You have to wait for me. Because Claudia's going to play strip poker.
Oh, Claudia wants to play. Okay.
Damn, Thomas.
When Claudia's done crying,
If
she wants to
everybody's
play
doing it,
poker
it's
with
not
us.
cheating.
Claudia's like tears struck. I'm okay. I want to get naked. I want to get
My
naked.
face is all puffy, but I want to get naked.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
you could just get naked.
Well, it's less fun if it's
That's true. That's true.
just streaking.
There's got to be rules.
Yeah, Gideon's not playing this
That's
game.
right.
He will watch and drink slowly and chat quietly.
Gideon
Next
is
to you,
more
Tana just says,
mature.
"Are you sure you're just watching?"
Uh-huh. What?
I'm kidding.
Don't do that to me. No, I'm a slow old man.
Not that slow.
No dogs.
Heavens.
Oh, my stars.
Oh, my stars.
My
Okay,
stars and
so
garters.
Oh my.
I will say after meal is had and the new bottle of alcohol is brought out, Tana and Gideon are like in the corner of the booth watching as the rest of the party and this little flirty pixie start playing poker. Claudia emerges from the trauma room. You are given
We're best friends now.
so I'm gonna roll to see how Velren does.
I was gonna say, is
Natural
Velren
20.
okay?
Yeah.
Uh,
How do they look?
Oh,
so
Let's
Velren
go.
rolled a 32 on his insight check.
Damn.
God
Heavens.
damn.
She's like, this girl has some problems.
So he empathizes with all of your problems and is like crying along with you by the end of it.
Oh, no. Now I'm going to cry in real life.
So they
Not
like
that.
at the end of it all, when it feels like you've gotten everything you possibly could off of your shoulders, even though the weight is still there, the idea that this individual, this person, has talked through it all with you and you feel at least validated in your pains and aches. They provide you like a tall glass of, it's not alcohol and it's not water. When you drink it, it cleanses. Like it feels like it's like scalds your throat and mouth and you feel your sinuses just get cleared out immediately.
Ooh.
And as like the immediate repercussion is your whole face is running and wet. And as soon as you take a
It
drink,
was already there.
he like hands you like thick towel that you wipe your face and blow your nose out with, and then immediately you feel just like refreshed.
So we've all had a solid cry where our whole face hurts. You can't breathe out of your nose. Yeah.
That's nice.
After the refreshment and everything that happens, and the glass is put away and the towels are thrown to be washed, Belren turns to you, and they say, "Just be honest with Thomas. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear all this from the heart."
Thanks, you're great.
You're great.
Oh my god, I think they're playing strip poker.
Oh, yeah. Cisa's doing that with him. Sure is. Yep.
Do you want to join us?
No, I have other duties I must attend.
Okay.
But you should have fun. Join your friends.
This will be fun. Thank you for listening.
They pull
Claudia,
you into
come try
another
this
hug.
brandy.
Yeah, Claudia,
That's good.
squeeze.
Okay, I'm coming.
You're given like a pat on the head, and then Velrin goes back behind the bar, where he cries some more.
Yeah.
And you go join your friends playing strip poker.
You idiot.
Good, good.
Meanwhile, in the basement,
Meanwhile.
Artie, what does it look like as you're building this wand, which really, like, mechanically looks like you are creating a arcane reservoir in a branch, and then inscribing within that branch a spell that you cannot cast?
So I technically could learn this spell.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do, like, and I don't know that I'm creating like vitriolic sphere. What I'm gonna do is I have like a general theme on it. I want to do pretty much like a fireball, which is a lightning ball for me, but it just be
Acid.
like an acid ball that lingers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my spell book. I'm gonna take the container I have the Mangler acidic sac on. Just gonna be envisioning my fireball spell. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna smell it. I'm almost gonna wave my hand over like the top of the fumes and kind of feel like the acidic fumes hitting it, and like just get a feel of the element, and very much just envision it. And I'm gonna infuse it with the wand, the actual sac.
Okay. Because you're doing this beneath the Durian's Delve in a druidic laboratory, and you have the aid of two druids, Elia and Arya, and you're using a very high-level component to create this wand, the DC is going to be high, very high, but you have advantage.
Okay.
Additionally, should you succeed, you're going to be able to cast through this wand Vitriolic Sphere at a higher level than 4th.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You guidance
I'm
also.
assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming that fell off by now.
Yeah,
But
guidance
for
lasts a
the
minute.
last minute- Yeah, I'm gonna use my once a day guidance
Okay.
from the moon god that kissed me. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm rolling this. What is it? Is it an intelligence, arcana?
So this is basically all going to be Arcana checks.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
First,
I'm gonna save my guidance for the last one because I feel like the last one's always the most important.
the first one is going to be preparing the sprig of snakewood to be turned into a wand. So roll me. So this is an Arcana-based Tinker Tools check. This is the only one that's not just a straight Arcana roll.
Okay. So what am I rolling? My Tinker's Tool check?
Yes.
I am proficient. So what is it? Just
It's basically intelligence plus proficiency.
okay. Maybe I use my guidance for this one. I'm gonna use my guidance for this one. So it's gonna be.
You
this
have
plus
advantage
9.
because the druids are helping you.
Okay. So it's gonna be this plus 9. Oh yeah, thank God for advantage. Big difference. This plus 9 plus a d4. So that's gonna be 22 plus a d4. It's gonna be a 25.
As you finish, like, preparing this sprig of wood to turn into a wand, it becomes the shape of what the wand will be when it's done. And as it does, there's like a whoosh of smoke and fire coming off of the sprig as it immediately dries and hardens into the right shape. Everyone upstairs, you suddenly hear from below just like a loud whoomph of, well, fire as
I
that
hope he's
happens.
okay.
You see that, ladies? That's how you know it's working.
Oh.
Alia doesn't say anything, just nods, and Arya says, "Not our first time."
Gotta have an explosion. Okay, let's get this. And I'm gonna try to, like, with the wand, how I'm doing, I'm gonna envision doing my fireball spell. And I'm gonna have the wand kind of just like absorbing the essence of all of the fumes and like over the jar. And like actually see like the essence of the acid go into the wand.
Okay. This is the portion where you're creating the reservoir, which you are using this gland to create. So, roll me Arcana with advantage.
Okay, that's a 31 with advantage. Yeah, 31.
The DC was 30. You succeed in crafting the reservoir and the wand. It is remarkable to watch, but it requires immense concentration. You need to move on to the next step basically immediately.
Let's do it.
Roll
In the
Arcana.
zone.
This is where you are literally inscribing the filaments of the
I'm
spell.
re-rolling.
You're re-rolling?
Double 29, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. I have 2. Oh, come on. I need a big roll now. I need a big roll. No.
you
So
have one
29
roll.
would be my highest.
Okay.
I have one last inspo that I can bump up 1, and I
Nope.
feel like
You
we
cannot
should-
You
spend
can
more
save
than
it
one
for-
Oh,
inspiration
because I
on a roll.
can't double.
You could push it, but you know, that's on you.
You don't
Push
know
it,
if you
push it.
failed or succeeded.
Yeah.
Uh,
I keep it.
okay.
29.
You are inscribing the filaments of the spell inside the wooden base of this wand, connecting it to the gland. You are successful in doing so.
Nice.
The next portion is actually establishing the spell work and how you attune the wand to your person. This is going to be another Arcana check.
Can you sound good? That's good roll. 35. Yeah, 35.
The wand takes more and more further shape. The outside of it glows, even as you're building it, with these green runes that burn from the inside of the wand out. It is... What language are you inscribing this in?
Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin is not an arcane language.
Oh,
no.
man, common. That's the only other language I know.
It does not have to be a language you know.
Oh,
Oh.
It's...
You could ask the
you just-
druids their input.
Hey, is there like a druidic language? I wanna remember you two by this.
Every time I
Elliot-
hold my wand, I
Elliot
will remember
says-
you.
Druidic.
Okay. Do you have anything in druidic real quick? And I click my little glasses so I can read any language. I'm just gonna kind of use that as inspiration.
Elia puts down what looks... It's like a large tome, and you immediately realize that you are reading, like the schematic of... Like a... It's basically a plant growth spell, but it's in Druidic.
So I'm gonna use that as inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, you inscribe this wand in Druidic, which is an appropriate language to craft spells with. For those of... Just for posterity's sake, you can write spells in Draconic, Druidic, Celestial, Infernal, and Primordial. Those are the languages that spells are normally written in.
Gotcha.
As you inscribe the spell and it takes its shape, and these druidic runes flesh out the outside of the wand, burning themselves in green, and just this thick black smoke of the snakewood is coming up. I need you to roll me another Arcana check, and this is for the finalizing. This is for the tip This is what focuses that spell into what Vitriolic Spear will be cast as.
Very nice. Okay, not a good start. What is that last one? Even worse. I'm using my
Oof.
last inspo.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Come on, big roll, big roll, big roll. That's a good one. It's a 33.
That's where.
It's even better, 35.
Oof.
You have meet the benchmark to cast Vitriolic Sphere at a 6th level out of
Whoa.
this wand.
You.
Let's go.
The wand, as it's complete, the tip of the wand seems to almost like pour out the sap of snakewood that hardens into a hard crystal amber tip that is yellowish green and gleams like an amethyst at the end. And as the wand is mostly complete, it now needs to rest before it can be attuned by anyone. You have to wait 8 hours before you can use the wand. It has 4 charges. You can cast Vitriolic Sphere at 6th level using 1 charge. It regains 1 charge every dawn.
Very nice.
What happens if you use more than 1 charge?
Nothing.
Then I
Oh,
use the
okay.
second charge now.
You cannot burn more than 1 charge. At a
Oh, I
time.
see what you mean. Yeah.
It's like a once a day thing, it seems like.
You can burn more than 1.
I mean, you
but
could do all
won't.
4 if it's full, but it takes 4 days for it to reload to fill back up
After
again.
this session, you want to help me make the item?
Yeah,
Just
sure. So this takes hours to make this, by the way. Meanwhile, upstairs,
This
Goodness
Brooke
gracious.
game is happening. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Gideon and Tana, you are kind of kicked back and watching as Sisa, this little pixie, it seems like almost for comfort's sake, flutters away and then grows to like a short humanoid medium size and like pulls a chair up to your table and then starts dealing cards out to all of you.
I'll offer her a drink of the brandy.
Oh, I'd be happy to.
Give her a little bit.
Thank you kindly. She,
Sisa,
huh?
Sisa, can you change your face or just your size?
Just my size. Do you not like it?
No, it's lovely. I'm just Tess shifts and then shifts back.
Show off?
Yeah, a little.
She just like smirks at you as she's dealing out the cards. There's some tricks I'm not allowed to use. As all of you are dealt. Who else is playing?
Man.
So,
I think it's
Like
like
Belen,
Belen, Tess, and
Tess.
Claudia.
Bell and Tess and Claudia. Okay. And Sisa. So, let me pull up.
Empty.
Okay. Are any of you going to try to cheat?
No.
Why did you
Claudia's
say
all
it like
cried
that? Okay.
Was cheating against the rules of that was established for
Stealing
this?
was against the rules.
Fey trickery was against the rules, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Tess
But
will
just
trade.
like, yeah, like having a card up your sleeve is not fey trickery. That's standard.
Unless you're a fae. Tess.
I mean,
Trickery.
it's trickery, and I happen to be a fey. It's not fey trickery.
That's a fair defense.
Depending on how you define it.
Tess, you are going to try to cheat?
Yeah, Tess is gonna sleight of hand this motherfucker.
I don't
Okay.
think you count as a fae in the Feywild anyway. That's like white people in Boston being like, I'm Irish. Okay, no, you're not.
God, that's so fucking funny.
White people in
7
Boston.
generations back, Tess was fey.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah, roll sleight of hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
It-
The way D&D poker works.
Oh no, the natural one.
It was almost a 19, you guys. It was almost a 19.
You can always re-roll.
Horse
with
using
Sophie.
hand
Okay, here's the way it works. Everyone, roll 3d6 privately to me.
Private GM roll.
Yes, 3d6.
All at once or separately?
Just all at once. This is the hand that you were dealt. Okay. Tess, with your natural 1 and sleight of hand, you reveal your hand on accident.
Sure.
So, like, you're, like, trying to slip a card, and it just... Your cards, like, flop out on the table. And Cisa says, well, that wasn't very smooth.
Oh no, Tess, you dropped your cards.
It's in it.
Do you need a redraw?
Yeah, I guess I better, huh?
I guess so. Okay, so yeah, with a natural 1 to sleight of hand, you literally your your cards are redealt. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. Everyone, please roll me a private insight check.
Okay.
Tess, if you want to try and cheat again, you can.
Yeah. I'll redeem myself. Do I get an extra thing if I do that?
It depends.
You get
I
a
will
whooping
tell
from
you
a
what
pixie.
happens.
You get caught again.
21.
Okay. All right. Tess,
Mhm.
you can go ahead and change one of your d6s to whatever you want.
Do
What are
I
we- what's
know
the
if I'm
goal?
doing high or low? Do I want high?
You're trying... Okay, sorry. 18 is the best hand you could get.
That's true.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So,
I will message you.
yep. Just message me the new total. You don't have to tell me what you
Okay,
die.
got it. I will do that.
Okay. Velen and Claudia, what is your passive perceptions?
12. Ellen is muted.
Oh, I muted myself. My passive perception is 17.
Okay.
Passive insight's higher, but what?
That doesn't help. All right. The inside
Cisa-
checks here. What?
Is Cisa trying to cheat?
No? Or maybe.
She's
You
an
don't know.
upstanding fairy.
With your insight, Velen. Also, Tess, I need you to... Oh, you wrote it in Discord. This is crazy.
Yeah. Sorry. That was dumb of me. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me look at this again. All right. Yeah, that's fine. You do that. All right. I need an insight check still from Tess.
An insight check.
Yes.
Okay.
You're trying to gauge how everybody else is feeling about their cards.
Ah, I gotcha.
What did you say, Artie?
I made the
13.
item on D&D Beyond.
Gotcha.
He did
Like
it.
the right spell level and everything.
Well done.
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
not rolling well. 13.
That's okay. All right. That was the cards have been dealt. This is the pattern it's going to take every time. You roll 3d6, and then you roll an insight check. Claudia, based on your insight check, you have no idea if you're doing well or poorly compared to everybody else.
Claudia's probably never played poker before.
Yeah,
She's
you're
just
just-
holding the card.
You're
Oh no.
yeah, could be good, could be bad.
It has a little guy on it. That's not a number.
Velen, you feel pretty good about your position.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel pretty good, and you feel like maybe, like, Claudia should probably fold, but she doesn't seem to know what she's doing. Cisa seems to be doing okay. Tess is worrying you.
Okay.
That's standard fare, though.
It's now the next round, so each of you can choose to roll any one of your d6s again, and then you have to take the new number, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yes, I'll do that. You can choose to take the number.
Yeah, you have to take the new number.
Have
I
to take
see.
the new
Oh.
number.
So if you
Okay.
roll a d6 again, you have to take the new one.
Gotcha.
Okay. So once you've done that, resend me, like, the total.
That's not a private DM roll, hun.
It has to be.
Hooray!
You have to whisper it to me.
This is honestly on brand for Claudia.
Yeah.
She just, like,
She'll
shows, like,
actually-
this is what I got.
When she takes a new card, she lays them all out and looks proud and says,
Hit me.
Okay.
Oh, dear. No, no. She just, like, gently pushes the cards back into your hand, like, you don't show us yet, okay? That's
Oh,
all right.
okay.
How
Am
do
I
you
still
whisper?
okay?
But you're so dang
Yeah, I don't
How
have
do
to
you-
either.
How do you actually whisper though? This is why I DM you in
Slash
the other way.
W space
Okay.
echo.dm.
Okay.
echo.dm.
Yeah, that's my
I
name
will
on the
copy and paste
Foundry.
that.
Sorry, there's a period in there to make it so difficult.
Periods make everything difficult.
It's true.
True.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. I need another round of insight checks, please.
Everyone already saw Claudia's cards.
I'm learning that no one should play poker with Velen.
Okay. Here's how the hand plays out. You all know Claudia has a bad hand. You all also know that Cisa's not much better. That's what you know.
Fair enough.
So, finally it times
Tess.
to show, and Cisa just places her cards face down and she says, well, you gotta lose some.
Tess smirks at Velen.
What are we supposed to
Velen
do
has
now?
put on a pretty hard to read face. But her eyes think it's funny.
Cisa, what am I supposed to do?
So we wait and see if they show us their cards, and if they're better than ours, which I folded because I'm pretty sure I got creamed.
What happens when you fold?
You concede. You
You
lose.
You lose. Okay. But if you don't fold and you lose, you still lose?
Same lose, yeah.
Okay.
I had a 12,
Tess,
if that helps.
Tess says to Velen, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh.
It's a lot of tension.
That is how it works.
There's a lot of tension between those two.
In my professional opinion. Never mind.
They should just kiss. Yeah, I know. I've been thinking it too.
Velen.
Velen kind of raises her eyebrow at Claudia. But sure, I'll call your bluff.
Whip it out already.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're at the call point, we show
Yeah,
our
we're
cards.
there.
Like,
Yes.
we're there.
Tess is trying to get her to lay her cards down first, and I think there's like a long moment of tension. And Tess finally lays down 15.
So you push, basically. You both have the same hand.
Yeah, we both have 15.
Oh.
So
All
what
right.
happens if you
Now what happens?
I don't know what happens when you push in strip poker. We are beyond. I mean,
Normally, you split the pot. And then Cisa looks at you, Claudia, and she says, "We're the pot."
So does that mean you take off 2 things?
No, we each take off one. You, no, greedy. And she takes off her shoes and sets them like next to the table.
Claudia does the same thing because she doesn't want to get it wrong.
Well done.
You
Next
only have
hand.
one shoe, don't you?
She takes off a shoe.
Oh my god.
Actually,
That's not fair. She will unhook her leg, put it on the table.
Damn, okay.
my
That's
shoes.
a big ass leg, by
I
the
feel
way.
like that was a power move.
okay.
At this point, Artie,
Yeah,
if you want to join, you probably can.
I'm chilling with the twins.
Okay, you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
stuff downstairs. All right, next hand. Same story. Everyone, please roll me 3d6 and an insight check. And if you're trying to cheat, I need a sleight of hand as well.
Good luck reattuning to that, Claudia. That leg.
It's not attunement.
I know. You're no longer fire resistant.
I just hope this place doesn't get attacked.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sleight of hand, Tess. Sleight of hand.
Oh, stoop. That's
Well,
the
only
same.
if
It's the
cheating.
modifier. It's the same modifier. Sorry.
Okay.
Do you want me to reroll?
No, it's fine. Okay, so I need an insight check out of you. Okay. All right. Tess, go ahead and whisper me the total of your new.
Yep.
Here's the vibes. Claudia, you're a little worried.
What? About who?
Everyone?
Basically, yeah.
Oh man,
Now that you've
these
seen
little
what the
people
good
never add up
hands,
to much.
when you see what everyone else, how they're looking, you're like, oh no, I don't think I got a very good hand.
Yeah.
Velen, you're kind of like, I mean, you're worried about everybody. You feel like you got a bad hand.
Yeah.
Tess, you're feeling good.
Mhm.
The only one that you're worried about is Cisa. We roll again. This time you guys can replace any of the d6s you want, but you have to keep the new rolls. So look at your d6s and decide how many you want to reroll.
Do you have to choose which one we're re-rolling before we roll it?
Yes.
God damn it.
Velen swaps her whole hand and then snorts and folds.
Oh my god. Okay.
Claudia puts her cards face down and then puts her head face down.
Okay.
Now put your thumb up.
Oh my god, heads up 7-up. I used to peek at the shoes by putting my head over the side of the desk.
Oh my god, cheater.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tess, so there are 2 folds on the table. So Tess, roll me an insight check.
15. I'm not really rolling good for these.
Sisa is beaming.
Okay.
You can take that for what you like.
Sure.
Sisa looks at
Tess
you and
lifts her
you ready to show him?
Yeah, I'll stay in. Tess puts down 16.
Sisa puts down 17.
Mm-hmm.
She like folds her arms across her chest with a little smile and says, "Where's my pot?" As she looks at all of you.
Velen says, "Welp," and she stands up, unbuckles her belt, pulls off her pants over her boots. Leaves the boots on, takes the pants off.
Talent.
Phenomenal.
You get the sense watching her do this, like this is not the first time that she has decided to leave her shoes on during a round of strip poker. Like this is
The shoes stay on.
I'm impressed they didn't get caught up on the heels.
It's a practice movement.
yeah.
Not to be outdone, Tess unbuckles her chest piece for her armor. And as she does so, her breasts conspicuously get bigger.
Like a slow-mo drop.
Yep.
Sisa just
She winks at Sisa.
good day to be a companion. Well, Claudia?
She'll take her pants off too.
Okay.
It's already down a leg.
Okay, Gideon is no longer watching. He's just talking quietly with Tana.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Kind of
this
just
is
turns in the
now.
seat. He's like, "No, I'm good."
Fair enough. We begin the next round. We can go as many rounds as you guys like, though. I imagine everyone's going to end up naked.
What if
As
this
is
next
tradition.
round is just determinate of who remains with the most clothes on and everybody else loses?
Sure.
Sure, we can do it that
Sure,
way.
I don't think we need to spend the rest of the evening playing imaginary strip poker, so that seems fair.
Okay. D6s and insight checks, please. Okay. Oh, Tess.
Yep.
You are caught.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
As soon as that happens, Sisa like leans in real close to you, Tess, and she just puts 2 fingers on your cards and pushes them face down on the table.
Oh.
Tess throws her head back and laughs, gives her a little salute, and shrugs out of her. And I guess like wriggles out.
Everything else.
She's wearing full armor, so she'll just functionally take her pants off.
Yep. Like as Sisa just leans back, she just does like the no finger. But then like just resumes being jovial and seeing how everybody else plays out the hand. Okay, so Velen, what did you roll? Where the hell did it go? Oh, I found it. Okay, Velen, you feel pretty good. Claudia, you feel not great.
I don't get good cards.
Claudia dog droops.
You can roll more than 1d6 on the reroll stage, by the way. You can roll the whole hand if you want. Which is now, so go ahead and reroll as many of them as you like.
I'm gonna stay,
Okay,
so I'll just roll the insight.
go ahead.
Wait, yeah.
Suddenly, Velen, where Claudia did look very, like, sad and defeated. As she drew, suddenly, like, her face just perks up. And Claudia does not have a poker face at all. She seems very confident. Okay. Sisa, on the other hand, does not look very confident. She's, like, looks a little, like, forlorn at her rerolls. So, as we come to the end of the round, and this is the finalizing factor for how the night of poker goes. Well, let's see what we all had, huh? And Sisa flips hers for a 12.
Go ahead.
Ellen
Ellen.
shows for 15.
Claudia slaps her cards down proudly, and she's like,
I got the whole family.
and she Zane 18.
Okay.
So it
See,
seems
Claudia,
as though,
who's never played poker before, end up on top
yeah.
through sheer circumstance.
So Claudia, wearing much less clothes, is at a table with three naked people.
Gideon and Tana.
Gideon and Tana, who are
I would love
pointedly
Artie
trying
to come back upstairs at this point.
Yeah, it's been a
Like
few
all the
hours
people
of
around the
playing
table.
strip poker, Artie. You eventually
Jog
come
upstairs,
upstairs.
everyone's naked.
You see the pixie, who's very voluptuous and pink, like really, really pink.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. She stands up and says, "Well, that was a fun round of poker." And then she just turns and she's just full face naked looking at you, Artie. Hey,
What up? Yeah, you want to see my wand? I made it with the twins.
I've heard it. I've never heard it put like that before.
Pull out the wand. Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at this. That's druidic. See
How
this
long
shit?
is it, Artie? How long is your wand?
Not big. I'm a gnome.
Oh my god.
He makes it up for in width.
A gnome-sized, big
3
to a
inches.
pixie, that's for
Oh, yeah,
sure.
like fingerish.
Yeah, it's holding it. Look at that shit. I made this shit myself. The twins helped. Look at that. It's druidic.
As the twins come up from behind you, Arya says, "Cisa, get some clothes on."
Oh shit!
They
You're naked.
beat
I
me.
didn't even notice.
You didn't really. And she like,
No. Like I was just making this, you know. But nice. Good shit.
Talking about
I'm-
your wand or her?
Both.
You don't.
Well,
Uh,
I guess the party's ending and it's time to put our
Shit, why are
clothes
you
back
guys
on.
naked? What the fuck did I miss?
I want a game.
Strip poker.
You guys
You
want to see my
missed
wand?
strip poker.
out of curiosity, before everyone gets back dressed, are there any details about your character that now that you're
Very hot.
naked, you wish to describe?
Any hidden tattoos?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
the only
more what I'm
tattoo,
referencing.
yeah, the only tattoo Ellen has is the one that she got on camera. And that's not. I mean, it's been visible before, so I don't think.
Oh, that's true.
Scars.
I forgot. Claudia has a huge back tat that was Jericho's, like this massive wolf's head on the whole of her entire back.
My god.
Let's see.
Rawr.
Holy shit!
No,
You been to jail before, Claudia?
Tess has her multicolored Jamino like eyes on her back that give her dark vision.
I wouldn't have expected all this ink.
Oh, I'm tatted the fuck up under this.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember you getting tattoos. I'm sure it happened. It's been like
I
God,
have, like,
2
4
years.
tattoos.
Well,
I got the tattoo from the goddess. I got my
It's not
scholar's tattoo on the back, and I forgot the name of the other two. But
They're
I have, like,
there.
3 tattoos and yeah.
I hate to distract from this conversation, but what does the
On
wand
my
do,
chest.
Artie?
Oh, it shoots giant poison ball that fuck shit
Acid.
up. Acid.
Cool.
Acid ball.
Bitch.
Acid. Oh, you used the gland.
Yeah, the mangler gland. It's pretty good. I
It's-
made it pretty powerful too.
It's pretty clear Tana's like staring at you very intensely, not
So
looking
then
at any of the other
everybody else
party.
is out of.
That one's
yeah,
getting
I forgot.
dressed. Like
Yeah.
the party is
You're a
over. It's
wizard, you
time to
wanna-
put your pants back on.
You're a wizard. You want to check out my work? Is it up to your standards?
I'm happy
Can I
to
get
take a
it
look.
on?
She does. She takes it from you, inspecting it. She's pretty thorough in how she looks at this wand as she's looking at the tip and the inscriptions.
See
And
that druidic?
I didn't know you spoke Druidic.
Nice touch. I don't. But the glasses kind of helped.
I see. And I assume your companions that helped you craft it were of a influence there?
Yeah, they handed me a book that had druid on it. But yeah, they helped me with other stuff too. They sold me the snake wood.
This
And
is very fine
unfortunately,
work.
goblin. It's not. Can't really write runes in goblin.
No. No, you cannot.
One day,
No.
people will progress. What?
No.
Goblin does not mix well with the weave. The
It doesn't
runes.
spark joy.
The consonants are too harsh, too many plosives. The weave does not react well to that sort of noise. That being said, this is fine work. One would
Thank you.
believe you were a wizard from a piece of work like this.
I don't know how to take that.
It's a
'Cause I
compliment.
As compliment.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah. Sorry.
She hands the wand back towards you.
Nice. Thank you. This might come in handy when if something
Yeah.
is resistant to lightning. That's
thought
all I
you-
got.
I thought you punched right through resistances to lightning.
Yeah, but it's still not as powerful. They're like immune.
Well, a neat tool to have in the back pocket.
It does a lot of damage. Things don't usually like getting hit with acid.
No.
Nope. I
Something
don't.
about being dissolved is horrible
Yeah.
in every way.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not
it's
really
not
a
fun.
fan of it,
Have you been dissolved lately?
Not lately, but in the past, yeah. Not a good time.
No.
Not entirely.
No. I'm
Right,
here.
so I'm going to go back to work, but this has been a lot of fun. And Cisa just leaves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at the twins and kind of make like the message, whatever the message like gesture is, because there's no
Call me. Message me.
phones. Like message me, whatever that gesture is.
Call me, maybe.
The more confident one, like, puts a hand on her hip and she says, "Oh, are you interested in more services?"
There's more services than awesome lab crafting.
We are courtesans for hire.
I look at Gideon. What is that?
It means that they're like the big orc mommy except for money.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Negotiable
let's go.
romance.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah, why didn't you say that earlier?
Negotiable affection.
Arya,
Pretty good.
Arya like
He had
looks
the
at Ellie
best
and then
night
back
tonight.
at you, and she says, "All right,
I
Me,
thought you
her,
were
or
just, like,
both?
the tinker room. Yeah, let's do that too.
all right." 50 gold apiece.
Yep, no problem. Here's
right.
125 total.
Is that
Yeah.
really? Oh wow.
Up you go.
Arya and Elia just like shrug and they go with Artie back into the basement again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Why?
Once the sound
Did
of
Artie
clothing
just
has
discover
stopped,
prostitution?
Gideon will
Oh no.
hand out more alcohol if anybody wants.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
Artie, you
now
only
I
have
have a
44
story.
silver in your account. Your account.
No, I have lots of platinum. I tried to remove it, and because I don't have gold pieces, I had to do different amounts.
Okay,
I
sorry.
have 44 platinum.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
125 gold later, like
Yeah.
off the top.
Yep.
As you purchase the affections of the Dryad twins.
Amazing.
Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Yes, Gideon.
I just want to roll a performance.
Yeah.
That's it, with a plus
Wow.
0.
Oh, yes, that would be good
That's
to.
all I
I'm very
wanna do.
curious myself about that.
One performance
Tess,
roll
you
plus
definitely
0.
drink another shot of
Not bad. 16.
Yeah, he does okay.
That's pretty good.
You do okay.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah, for a
average.
note 0 modifier.
So you're kind of thrown for a curveball as the twins. They kind of
The shy one's a dom, right?
literally, yes. The shy one is the
Yeah.
controlling one.
Hell yeah.
I tell them I like to get beat up
Oh God.
because that's his last experience was getting beat up.
That's true.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of
Fair.
vine whip
Right.
used.
He just likes green women, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I'm
Okay.
a goblin. What do you want from me?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Fascinating.
a good point. That's a good
Yeah,
point that I
yeah.
had not considered.
It's all about the hue.
Yes.
They seem to appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of
For
you.
what it's worth,
Yes.
for what it's worth, Tess will also slip away and catch Cisa's eye at some point during the night too.
Oh, they're gonna bang.
Okay. Yeah, Cisa's like she's kind of returned to her normal form, which is tiny. And she's back at the bar when you find her. But when you do find her, she says, "Did I entice you?"
Oh yeah, you're very enticing.
Such a kind way to put it. You looking for company?
I am.
My size or yours?
I mean, I'm actually kind of interested to see what you can do with it, whatever size you
Ooh.
want.
Sounds like a good time. I am 50 gold.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Perfect. Let me show you to my room.
Is it tiny too?
No.
Get in there.
Her room is, well, it has a tiny bed in it, but it also has a normal sized one.
Oh my god, I would love a tiny bed.
You just like tiny things.
I do.
Okay. Tess, you negotiate the affections of Cisa, who is a very adaptive lover, and you have as good a time as you can
Yep.
with someone who literally can change form to be however you want it to be.
Yeah,
Gideon,
Tess shows up because she can do that too. Sort of.
okay.
Match made in heaven.
Roll performance.
Yeah.
If you beat a 16, you can brag at Artie.
I'm gonna inspire.
Amazing. Priorities.
You're hiding or your
Good
rolls.
deal.
Oh, you okay?
Oh no, I am. I
You-
still have it on private.
Okay.
Oops.
Tess rolled a 16. So you are
So you're equally as good.
you're as adequate as Artie. What a sentence.
What a bar.
No, by all means, you and Cisa have a good time. You enjoy the night.
Velen's gonna try to just swap stories with the bartender, with Dawn.
Dawn is happy to. Is there a specific piece of information you're trying to get, or are you just passing the time?
I'm just playing. Velen's just playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I will close my lore doc.
Like there are times when I will dig, but
Yeah,
I think at
sure.
this point,
Okay. Gideon,
Yeah.
is there anything else you're trying to do tonight?
No. Gideon's just getting a little drunk, just a little,
Mhm.
and hanging out with Tana.
Okay.
You know, like somebody who thinks maybe he's not gonna be able to do that for very much longer.
Oh
Possibly.
no. No, Dad.
That's fair. Last but
Yep.
not
That's
least,
it though.
Claudia, is there anything else you're trying to accomplish tonight?
She third wheels Gideon and Tana hard without
That's okay.
realizing it.
Gideon doesn't mind. Tana might mind.
She just like if there's ever even like a glance from Tana, like we're trying to like enjoy each other's companies. Maybe one of our last couple of times to be able to do this. Claudia does not catch it at all.
I think Tana tolerates your presence to an extent that you don't feel unwelcome.
Hooray!
She, like, they're having conversation, and when you comment or you have an idea or like a random question that pops up, Tana will either like Gideon answers or Tana does. There's no pressure to leave.
Okay. And Claudia would honestly probably fall asleep at the table because she was imbibing herself. After that good cry, she's just knocked out, like
When-
probably halfway through the evening.
When Claudia's face is like face down on the table, Tana just looks at Gideon and says, "They grew up so fast."
And they don't stop though. They don't stop growing up.
It's for the best.
Hmm.
So,
I'll take your word for it,
oh.
I guess. I mean, I just never had, you know, like one of my own, like for real.
Me neither.
Now you have like 6.
Mm-hmm. You gotta collect another one. Fucking Pokemon. Sad little girl Pokemon.
There's so many sad girls in this family.
Catch them all.
This is the first time I've heard of one that you have to feed souls to in any way.
Well, you know, they don't always, you let them leave the nest, they don't always come back exactly like last time you saw them.
They certainly do not. Though, before they left the nest, last I saw, I was on the other side of a war, so, you know,
Sure were. Huh.
times change. And for the
Oh,
better,
yeah.
it appears.
In my opinion.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
Since you... Well, I'm trying to find the way to ask this. And I'm thinking it might not be an easy question to ask now that I'm at the moment.
Take your time, beautiful.
If things go as badly as one fears they might, we are going to do everything we can to get Grace and Lily together. And if that means that you're not there, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to tell them?
Gideon thinks about that for a second. Finishes off what's in his cup. Just tell him I tried and to take care of each other. Get them back to Endsmeet if you can. Good people there.
Indeed.
I don't expect you to step up and take, you know, Rivers. Our River's nearly grown now, it seems like, and I don't know. It's a good community. They'll look out for him.
I still have some family.
Yeah?
Northeast. Well, I could see if my uncle would be willing to stop by, see if he's looking for an apprentice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to all that, but
We must prepare ourselves for the worst, even if we hope for the best. I will give you my word. Should something happen to you, I will get your niece to Endsmeet.
Gideon doesn't have good words for what that means to him, so he just takes Tana's hand and gives a kiss on the back of it.
Now,
Mm.
I think we should spend this night like it could possibly be our last together. We do have some examples to follow after all.
I agree. I'll let somebody else worry about the drunks out here. Let them take care of each other.
She'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's a werewolf. What are they going to do?
Get bit, unfortunately. All right, let's go. Yeah. Gideon will
So-
take the bottle and Tana and abscond somewhere.
Yep. And so,
One under each
Claudia,
arm.
you are left snoozing comfortably in the booth.
So warm here.
It is like an hour later when you feel a gentle, like, shake on your shoulder.
Mm.
Darling.
Mm.
Darling, you should get some rest in a real bed.
Oh, you have those?
We do. We have many. They're very comfortable. I spent much money
Okay.
on the sheets.
Velen was hanging
Yeah.
out with Dawn, so I think at this point she can help. She can also help
Okay.
Claudia.
Claudia upstairs.
She'll go, "Come on, kiddo. Go."
Okay.
And so all of you are put to bed, whether it be through enthusiastic rigors of physical activity or lots of alcohol.
Or both.
Sometimes both. Yeah.
Or both.
Go
ahead.
We don't. This is not necessarily play out or anything, but I would just like to say that Tess, still has some 5th level spell slots for today, and so she will offer to scry on anyone that Sisa wants.
Gonna need spy on.
Not that Sisa has to take her up on it, but Tess is just like, I have power today, so
That's very kind of you, but I'm good.
All right, I figured.
I don't want to see anybody.
I understand.
You can all hit the long rest button. Those of you who did partake in physical activity, you are inspired for the next day. Which means that you have basically the bless effect on attack rolls and saving throws.
Ooh.
Do we still have that 10 max HP, or is that gone now because we long rested?
That's 24 hours, so
It's 24 hours, so no, you still have it.
Okay, cool.
hell yeah.
You also cannot be surprised from... the
Sorry, you
food
said
that
we
you
had. What was the boon?
Bless, basically.
You are
Bless.
inspired by your physical rigors. However, Claudia,
Oh yeah, I
you
didn't
did
bang.
not. You didn't bang anybody, so you're not
Oh.
blessed.
You cry. You had a good
Fuck.
cry, though. That's a
I did
buff
have a
in its
really
own.
good
Ellen
cry.
didn't bang
Yes.
anybody either. and,
Sometimes that's even
the-
better than a
the
good bang.
least bardy bard.
You just have a very listen, I don't know. I brought my own girlfriend.
If you don't have any at
Gotta-
your home, store bought is fine.
Exactly. You gotta get a there's a wide
Listen,
array.
What Tess should actually have done was talk to a person, and she did not do that. So,
Well, the hostess can see the salve to your troubles, but it is you to apply the ointment.
yep.
So, as you guys can hit the long rest button, you all awaken comfortably, but a little confused
Uh-oh.
because
Are we in the
you are no longer in the Durian's Delve.
Yep. It's gone.
Oh,
It's like
Did I
stepping
dream that?
It's like stepping out of a dream. You don't ever remember getting up or putting your clothes on, or getting washed up or eating something, but you did. You're not hungry, you feel refreshed, you feel ready to take on the day, but all of you stand in a small circle just outside where the Durian's Delve was, but it is gone.
I immediately go into my bag and look for my wand.
It's there. You made it.
Shit, it was real. That means the twins were real. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That was nice.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was.
it's a real nice little inn.
Mm-hmm. Are we
Please.
going to the lady, the tree lady?
Alright, let's go to all the ladies.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, we got a hierarchy of ladies.
Uh-huh.
All
And then
ladies are
one-
important, but some need to be
Yeah.
prioritized.
Yeah, especially if they're twins. For sure.
That
No,
okay.
no.
Don't.
Alright, let's go.
Heavens.
Nobody listens to
Where are
our
we going,
life
actually?
advice.
We're gonna get back up on the web.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh.
figure
It is
let's
up
do our
that way.
ladies in order of how scary they are. So let's start with the corrupted ones the spider wanted us to go find. And then
Okay.
from there, we can move on to the one we need to try and win an alliance with.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then the one we need to save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting pats Claudia on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Is this spider web anywhere nearby?
Yeah, it's right
It's up.
above.
We just
It's-
climbed down.
Super far up, right?
It's
Oh my God.
from okay. It is high, but it is climbable. If you recall the spider web, the silken like net rope that was the spider web was remarkably easy to climb, and there are strands of it that reach all the way down to the ground. And as you all begin to climb, specifically Gideon, your passive perception hears like a couple footfalls crunch in the grass behind you.
Mm-hmm. Who's
And
back there?
you turn and you see the slender, slight form of Gallo,
Huh.
who's just strolling by.
All right.
He just
Okay.
waves.
Morning.
Big thumbs up from Artie.
Good morning, farewell, safe travels. Don't forget to provide her the death knell.
Same to you. Some of that.
Jesus.
Good recommendation, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Artie,
Give him
Artie,
two
that's
thumbs up
you're
and,
doing
like,
too much.
you know what I
Artie.
mean? You know what I mean?
Artie.
Artie, aren't
doing
you
too much.
climbing something? You shouldn't have two thumbs up.
He's just
No,
two
it's too
thumbs and he just
Oh.
like he's just hanging by his feet.
I'm just gonna like grab Artie and fly up to the webway so that he
Yeah, it's much better.
So you can
Yeah,
keep
there you
giving
go.
the thumbs up.
from
Okay.
a distance. Yeah.
I think he knows what I mean by the two thumbs up.
Oh, I think he knew. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he caught on.
Nice.
Yeah. Was it nice?
Yeah, they like to use whips. I don't know. This is the first time for me, but you know.
Oh, did it wake something up in you?
In between. I don't know.
Did you-
Is it
did you
normal
like
for
it?
all women? Is it normal for all women to hurt you during, you know?
No.
You keep asking for it.
No, it's not. But I mean, like, if you go after a certain type of woman, you know, it's going to be more likely.
Yeah.
Maybe you just got like a preference.
I guess the green ones are just
Okay,
Pretty
wait. Now I'm
attractive.
kind of
Easy being
concerned.
green.
When you're doing these things with these women, do you have something you can say so they know you want them to stop?
What is Artie's safe word?
I mean, there's been kind of a standard set, so I don't want them to feel weird if that like is the standard. That's why I'm kind of asking.
No,
It's been a
it's
general
not
theme.
every time. No, definitely not.
I will
Has
point
been
out,
time.
Artie, you do not have the bruises and aches that you had from Kacha.
No, not even close. Just a walk in the park.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great. This is awesome, easy, much better.
Between you know the couple goblins in my past, the swamp lady, Katja, the twins. It's just
Oh,
all
the
been same
swamp
thing.
lady.
Have you ever been with like another gnome? Or like just such as like a regular halfling girl?
The swamp lady.
Or boy? Okay. Well, did she hurt you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe it's just time to accept this is something that you're into.
Well, no, that's why I'm kind of asking you. It just felt like the norm, but I didn't. Like,
It's not all the time, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's not weird. That's
I don't
fine.
like it.
As long as I'm not, like
As
maiming
you're
you
swaddling
seriously.
me right now as we're flying.
Yeah.
It's just the guys talk.
Not the weirdest dad conversation Gideon has had, weirdly.
Okay. Go with the flow. That's what I'm hearing. Got it.
Yeah. But
Maybe
make sure
maybe
you
I
have
come
a
back
boundary.
next time.
No, well, you need to talk these things out first.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's okay with it before the fists start flying. Or
Yeah, that'd
doing
probably
what
be
they do.
awkward if not.
Yeah, okay, anyway, I'm gonna go back down and get Tana now, so let's stop talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Heavens.
You descend, you collect Hana. Do you like ferry everybody up one by one, or is
I mean,
Claudia's
no.
climbing on her own.
okay?
I was mostly
She
just
managed.
saving Gallo.
That's fair. You gather up Tana, and as you're flying up, she says, "Why do you seem uncomfortable?"
Oh, don't. Babe, you do not want to know.
I will take your word for it.
Mhm.
I realize who your previous passenger was, and I won't ask any more questions.
See, you're so smart. Everybody says that about you.
Hope so. I've worked hard to become that way.
Mm-hmm.
As you get to the top and you're flying back down, you hear Tana say, "Hello, Auntie." Okay. One by one, all of you either climb or are ferried or however way you get up back onto the Silken Highway, the phase spider rope bridge that strings from treetop to treetop, and you resume your journey heading towards the Heart Tree, which is still ahead of you, and you can see it. It is so massively tall. It is impossible to miss, and you've made a lot of ground toward it, but there is still more to cover. As you head towards it, I require a D100 roll.
I
He
got it.
wants it. Already
got it.
wants it.
Sorry, he had such a good night.
Yeah, he did.
18.
Hell yeah. Wow.
18. Okay. You all are walking along when you see there's a lot of branches and tree boughs that are still even above this highway. It crosses through the canopy, but some trees are still just a little bit taller. And as it does, you're kind of ducking underneath a tree when Claudia, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No, no.
Uh,
Why are you laughing at me? I'll take you down with me, bitch. Natural one.
Oh no.
Oh my
Who's
god.
This is the second time that someone has crit failed a dexterity save on this fucking web. Let's do it.
Okay. Claudia, you are startled. You're not surprised, because you can't be. But initiative is not beginning. You are suddenly you're ducking underneath a branch, and suddenly peering at you is a shimmering with feathers that shift color like oil on water is this huge fucking bird. Literally large sized.
Turnip's mom.
Okay. It is suddenly its head is looking down at you from upside down as it's sitting on this branch, and you duck under it and it's right in your face, and it just screeches right in front of you.
She screams back in fear.
And it just these enormous wings bat, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Got your leg
Trump's
on
mom
good,
is
right?
gonna wreck me. I think I put it on right. 14?
You are fallen.
The leg is just still stuck on the web highway.
Yeah, so you are so startled as this thing bats its wings, the air pressure from it just you are launched off the side of the highway. And
Avenge me.
okay. The rest of you see this huge, it's like a crane, this large bird that's just flying away. It's like letting out this warbling cry that sounds like a violin that's tuned horribly wrong. And as the sound is echoing across the treetops, you all also hear the of Claudia breaking through branches, falling all the way down.
Oh, I'll
Are
go.
we in initiative or
No, it's not a combat. She just scared the shit out of this giant bird, and it scared the shit
And
out
the
of her.
giant bird scared the
Oh,
shit.
I thought the giant bird attacked her. I was about to
No,
No.
it just went.
I mean, I'll fly after her, but like my flying speed is only my speed.
Okay, Claudia, roll
Well,
me
you're
a
a rogue,
D100.
so you can double dash.
Now,
That's true.
if I
can
see
dash.
this,
Hondo.
I'm gonna say, Gideon, go get her, and I vortex warp Gideon 90
Oh.
feet down, like I
Hell
guess
yeah.
towards her.
Like under, yeah. So I can. Oh,
Like, yeah, by her.
Okay,
71.
Claudia falls 70 feet. By the time you get to her, Gideon.
Oh.
But you manage
Have
to
I
catch
reached
up.
terminal velocity?
Not quite. You're hitting a lot of branches on the way down, and
Ow, ow.
your werewolf hardiness is like, it doesn't really hurt, but it is like you are aware that if you fall too far, this is going to be a problem.
I'll try and grab her and slow her or stop her if I can.
This is weird that this has happened twice.
Roll
Yeah,
athletics for
vortex
me.
warp can do
Gideon.
90 feet.
Okay. Where is my athletics? Oh, I'm not bad at that. That's a 19.
That's pretty good.
Claudia's heavy, but you manage to slow her to the point where you can like actually begin to ascend.
Okay. Ooh,
Thanks,
Hey,
Gideon.
yeah, that was a big fucking bird.
Yeah, do you think it needs a home?
No, I do not.
But
I
it
will drop
seems so scared.
I look at Claudia in her face and say, I will drop you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, we have a lot of pets at home.
Then as we get closer, he's like, I wouldn't really drop you, but please no.
Speaking of, I'm gonna feed Nibbler one of those little mice.
Okay,
Hell
Feed it that fucking bird.
you give Nibbler a mouse. He seems very excited about it.
If you feed a mimic a mouse.
yeah. It can eat for a minute.
Eventually, the vortex warp was successful, and you see Gideon reappear over the side of the highway with Claudia.
Hey, yeah, good one.
What would we do without you, Gideon?
Honestly.
What
man.
would we do without Moo, Gideon?
What the
Is that the
fuck?
bird?
Yeah, and the treetop above the left side, so now that you see it, it's like 6 feet tall. This enormous crane-like bird has roosted. And it mimics the way Tess said that weirdly, like it mixes the words up a little.
I'm gonna shake Claudia and say no.
Okay. No, that would get old after a while.
That would get bold after whiles.
Oh my god. All right.
We should
Well.
go. I hate them.
All right. On the road again. Getting
What
look at
kind-
the bird, like daring it.
What kind of bird is it? I'm just curious if anyone knows what kind of bird it is.
Anybody
as
who
we
wants
leave.
can roll an Arcana check.
Oh god,
Ooh,
Arcana.
Not proficient in this either, but
I
will roll
rolled good for some reason.
I'm not gonna, because I don't care about the bird.
Hey, Tana, what kind of bird is that?
Tana looks up at this bird. As she says it, Claudia, you realize you've heard a story about this before. It's called a
Mhm.
Janglebright crane. It is
Jangle bright.
Yeah, it is a specific bird native to the Feywild.
All right.
It's known because it's non-hostile, but it mocks you. It is like a giant mocking
Oh, so it's basically that meme of SpongeBob where it's just like takes your words and garbles them. Like,
Yeah, that's basically.
Met
They
Barbie.
generally travel in a flock, like a number of them.
Oh.
So Tana says, well, there's one we're probably going to find many, 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 many more.
Oh, good. So they can all mock us.
Yep.
Oh, good. So
Oh,
they can
God.
knock us.
Let's go.
The distraction of the mockery to touch Gideon's shoulder and cast Death Ward on him.
Get zapped.
Thank you.
So that's what you rolled, is that bird. So
Yeah, let's head back towards the scary, corrupted Gungan tree.
golden tree.
Yep. Good call, Frederick.
Friedrich.
That's like the German pronunciation. That's good.
Friedrich.
Roderick Frankenstein.
As you guys are
Roderick.
walking along the path, you do see this Jangle Bright crane is kind of bobbing along,
Oh,
curiously following you.
it'll get bored after a while.
Yeah, we hope so.
It'll get bored after a while.
So Velen starts mimicking the bird back at the bird.
So it's just a constant.
It's
back
like
and
a-
forth
Like it's
exchange.
like a couple of 5-year-olds.
It's like a horrible telephone game. Because every time
It's
you
more and
mimic
more.
the bird warbles it worse at you.
Oh my god.
Right.
So it's
then
like
it
breaking
becomes
it
this
in.
horrible, distorted. Like you start with a pumpkin, and then it becomes a Pratkin, and then it's
Yes. That's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
it's
Pop-
super
pop.
annoying.
After like a few minutes, Tona's like, oh my gods.
I was just entertaining the wildlife.
At the cost of our
God.
sanity.
All right, I'll stop.
Thank you. Thank you. Tana
Kills the bird.
like whips around like a firebolt in hand at the bird, and the bird
Yeah.
just into a tree.
Alright, good. I was like, I got your back.
Got your
We can
back.
kill.
We'll kill it.
You want us to kill that fucking bird? Take out Dila's garden.
No, the corpse would attract predators.
I mean, it would fall though, but okay.
Just kick it over the edge.
Can we all just be quiet for a moment so the bird gets bored?
Try.
Okay.
Kitty finds that very funny.
Do you all try to be quiet?
Yes.
Let's all play the quiet game, children.
Let's all play the quiet game.
I will be quiet after I get done laughing.
Eventually, you do manage to be quiet. And, like, you can see in your peripheral this crane, like, still, like, poking up out of a tree, bobbing along, flying from treetop to treetop. But eventually, it does seem to grow bored, as you are not making any more noise. And the Jangle Bright crane eventually does spread wings and fly away. Whoever says the gods don't have a sense of humor have never been here.
Oh, some of them have terrible sense of humor.
Oh, is that the case?
Definitely.
I admit I have not had a conversation with one.
My god has a great sense of humor.
I've had a conversation, but she didn't seem very much the humorous type.
I'm not surprised that yours would have a sense of humor.
Oh, what, mine?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that bird, she would love that bird.
Ugh.
I had a hickey from
She has-
that one.
She has a thing for mimics.
I don't know if that's a sense of humor or not.
You got a
Something
hickey?
Dogs
like
hate crows.
Yeah, in a show. The sign of, what is it, like Lumus or something?
Luminous.
Luminous. Yeah, like,
That's a boon mark, you muppet.
yeah, what did I say?
You called it a hickey.
Yeah.
She did not suck on your neck.
No,
Oh,
she
You
didn't do
weren't
that.
there.
I don't know what a hickey is.
You guys told me this was a hickey.
Already not knowing what a hickey is so funny to me.
Dealing with the
He's
fallout.
covered
of-
in them.
I think he was like raised in an elf's basement or something. I don't know. You gotta.
That was just a,
Imprisoned in an elf
you know,
basement.
That was
I
his
in prison.
adulthood.
I was raised there for a
What
good chunk
fun.
of time.
Who would keep
Gideon's
him?
pretty sure you're all children.
As you guys continue on the web highway, it is okay. You have been traveling for a good few hours, or at least maybe it's a few minutes, or it could have been a day. You're not. It's still weird. Except you notice that in your peripheral, you notice a lot of movement. Those of you with a passive perception of 15 or higher see phase spiders appearing, disappearing, fading into the shadows, walking along treetops and creating more web, and then vanishing again. And then suddenly, it's as if the web highway that you're on comes to a drop-off. And you are looking down at the base of an enormous tree. As you look down, you realize that there's no way to actually get to the tree where you can interact with anybody around the tree and still be up on the web highway. You're going to have to climb down.
Well, what do we? Okay. I'm visualizing this. We're up on the webs above the corrupted tree,
You're about
and the area around it.
250 feet away from the front of the tree.
Okay. Do I see anything? Any activity? Anything of note?
Roll investigation
Oh, okay.
or perception. I would allow either.
Okay,
from
thank
here.
you. So 20, dirty 20.
With a 20, you see that at the bottom of this tree, gleaming in white light, it almost looks like an archway, like a door. Kind of, if you think about like the scene in Lord of the Rings with the mountain where the door glows after Gandalf says friend in Elvish.
Melon.
Yeah, he says melon, the door glows. It's like that moment when the door is glowing, just constantly. And in front of it, you see there is the figure of a woman wearing a mask that looks like a pair of butterfly wings.
That's terrifying.
Butterfly wings on her face, but you can from here with that perception, you can see her mouth, and you can also see her hair, and it's white. She's wearing like a long green dress that seems to be made of almost like vines and leaves, and she's sitting, or rather standing and working at what looks like a broad white table that looks completely out of place on this grassland that the tree is growing out of. This particular section is not bog. You're looking at like firm grass and meadow, lots of brush and trees around the area, but it's not nearly as densely forested as a lot of the Gungden Grove has been from what you've experienced, which is probably why they couldn't get the spiderweb any closer.
Ah, yeah.
You do also see near this woman is, well, are you proficient in Arcana?
Heck no.
You don't know what it is. It looks like a creature made of cloud.
Oh.
Like a humanoid cloud form, but it doesn't have legs.
My god, it's Rise's gaseous friend.
Well, that's neat.
It's like white and looks like it's made of like thundercloud, except it's wearing like a piece of armor.
Did you guys see? There's a woman down there at a table. Looks like she got some kind of a wind and a breastplate hanging out with
Do
her.
I know what that is?
What?
Roll Arcana.
A dirty 20.
You rolled a 2. Amazing.
With a dirty 20, you remember one of your brief stints when you were in Silver's Reach. At the Artifice and Arcanics Company, you saw these were creatures that were summoned. They are air elemental myrmidons. They are air spirits that have been bound to his service.
Oh, yeah, that's an air elemental.
Hmm.
It's a summon. Jeez.
All right. So
I
the
love
question
how
is,
she can do that.
Gideon says very quietly to the group, "If so, are we trying to take whoever's down here out for the spiders? Are we gonna go talk to them first?"
The spider suggested that we act like, obedient.
Yeah, like supplicants or whatever.
We could walk up to her
We're
and be
gonna-
like, "We got lost and we need help, and you're the most powerful person we've come across." Prostrate
wanted-
ourselves.
They wanted us to lure them out onto the webs, right?
Oh, that's
Or
true.
the
They
spiders.
did.
I'm
Mhm.
confused. Is this lady we're trying to get help from too?
No,
she's the bad
Another
lady. The
lady.
spiders just want to kick her ass.
As you guys are
There's a
watching,
different lady.
you
There's a lot
hear
of
this
ladies.
woman, sorry to interrupt, but you hear this woman screech in frustration as she slams this table. And you realize what she's looking at on the table is this sword. It is long. It has a slight curve in it. And on it, like when she slams the table, the sword like bangs and rattles and then comes to rest again. You can't tell any more detail about it aside from the fact that she seems angry at this sword.
She needs help. She needs help.
She,
fixing
yeah,
that
she
sword.
does.
I can
She's
help.
mad at. We can offer. All right.
Yeah. Let's go down there. Fly me down.
Yeah, we need to get
Papa.
down. Okay.
Is this like a
Just call
decline
me
we
Papa?
can?
You can climb down the web, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just
Okay.
climb down.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go down quietly. Doop, 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 doop.
All right. As
Didn't
you guys
Gallo say she already
climb.
knows we're here?
What?
I said, didn't Gallo say she already knows we're kind of in the area?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
He probably fucking told her. He went and told the people at the end immediately.
True.
Little
He's a
gossipy
gossip.
bitch out on his little gossip walk in the morning.
Don't talk about Gallo like that. He's a nice guy.
She took
Listen,
Gallo.
no hate. I'm just observing.
Okay. Can I get a march order as you guys are approaching?
Third.
I'll go first.
Okay. Gideon's first.
I'm gonna go right behind Gideon, actually.
Hey, maybe Velen should be.
Yeah, the persuady pants.
Okay.
There's
Come
plenty
with
of
us.
room. You guys can clump. You don't have to be in a
Okay.
single line.
Yeah, I'll hang out, Fred.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, so Claudia.
Villain. Side by side, then Artie, then Claudia. then
Tana will
Tess.
be in the back with
Tana and
Tess.
Tess.
Yeah, Tess will be in the back with Tana.
Okay.
Are sensible people.
So, as you approach the heart tree, this is what it looks like.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is pretty.
It is pretty.
And this is also where we're going to call it for tonight's session, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential for things to go away. So,
Go wrong. You know.
Okay.
We know.
as
We
we
could fuck
come,
this up real.
it's true. You sure could. As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. And to those of you, whoa, I'm ahead of myself. Before we go any farther, we must first give our players an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration by voting for what someone did that they liked. And so we're going to start at the top of the order. Dooch, who did something that you liked today?
I'm gonna give it to Claudia because typical Pen would love to get down on the horny session and instead spend 3 hours crying. No problem.
I'm playing my character. Claudia wouldn't be a whore, even though Pen would be.
Okay. Hellfrog, who did something that you liked?
I'm also going to vote for Claudia this session because I thought it was really cute when she's like, I'm going to third wheel Gideon and Tana.
Okay. Pen, who did something you liked?
Oh, I had this. Can you skip me? Come back. I was
Yeah,
literally
we
thinking
can-
about it, and
we
then
can
you
come back.
came on, and now it's gone.
Emily.
I gotta give it to Frog for her portrayal of Gideon having been very consistent this whole time in terms of like he kind of already has always been in the Feywild, kind of understanding what he is gonna maybe do. And how that got to be really clarified and kind of come to a head this session. I think that was beautifully and subtly played.
Okay. Sal.
I'm gonna vote for Gideon for teaching Artie about safe sex.
After he's had a lot of unsafe sex.
Listen, he's not the best dad, but he tries. To the gnome
Okay.
who's probably older than he fucking is.
You don't know.
Last
we don't
but
know.
last
He
but not
knows.
least, Pen, we're back to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to honorable mention for all of the good Gideon moments and his kind of like baseline acceptance to what could potentially be his fate. And the only one taking that evening truly seriously, while the rest of us were just like crying and fucking, I guess. But I want to give it to Artie for like the realization of like that he just has a type, and that is women who have predominantly green in their aesthetic,
And violence.
and also kind of dommy.
Mhm.
What is
Yeah.
that? I didn't
Good to
even
know
think
it's
about like the swamp lady, the swamp halfling, the one that we borrowed the boat
Shelby,
from. When,
right? No.
No. no, the swamp
Shelly, because
Okay.
she was bargained
Shelly,
in
the swamp one.
Shelby.
Oh, right. Yep.
Shelly. And she was probably mossy
Yeah, he
too.
struck out with Shelby and got with the swamp.
And sh- and never really repaired that relationship with Shelby. That's
Nope.
probably fine.
It ain't. All right. So, well done. Our votes are in. Pen and Hellfrog, you both have earned the point of
Penfrog.
inspiration. Penfrog.
Frog.
Hen?
Fuck
Nope.
yeah.
We're stopping there. All right.
Friend.
Thank you all for playing with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. And to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi, Pen. Hi, Emily. Hi, Class. Hi, everybody else. We love you all. And I wish you a good night.